Okay, problem solved. We now have some sound. We'll start again. Welcome, Oracle and Beyond. Joko Stangu. Welcome to the wonderful world of Let's Get It Right someday. C4 Hello, how are you doing? Trust me to coincide at the same time as a football match. Bleeding hell. Or, as they say in America, a soccer match. Something to do with the World Cup. I have no idea what's going on, and I really don't care. Discrimination. Yes, okay, play on words. Hello, new guru. How are you doing? Um, Joel, nice to see you. I have been listening to a few different YouTube conversations this week, and it came to pass that there seems to be some sort of thing regarding discrimination. And I wondered, well, I mean, what is discrimination? And should discrimination be allowed in this day and age? Hello, professional paranormal research. How you doing? Jamie's Madhouse, Angel. It's a good question. I mean, I don't discriminate against anybody that I'm aware of. And if I do, there's usually a good reason for it. I mean, there's certain people who don't like, and I will always discriminate against, like the idiots who do stupid things and end up behind bars, such as, the one and only Alex Belfield or Bellend, whatever his name is. My hat goes off to Curious Buddy, Penny Buddy, who's been doing a couple of short videos. And it's interesting that there's a Facebook group which is Free Alex Belfield. But hey, you know what? I think the long and short of it is he's inside and he should stay inside. He should learn his lesson. He shouldn't go around stalking people. And then maybe, and only maybe, he can start paying the money which he took off people. Yes, I know UK transparency. You do not discriminate. You're a dick with everybody. I know. No comment, really, I suppose. But yeah, that's the way it is. I'm going to put the link out, see if anybody actually does want to come up and say howdy. So there we go. And I shall now pin it so that there's no point in leaving the other one up because there's people here. So if you want to come up and say hello, please do so. So yeah, I mean, I don't discriminate even against Stangu. Stangu is Stangu. Blackwatch, how you doing? Nice for you to call in, say hello. Who called this meeting to order? You got no memo. I have no idea. I never get memos at all. Tony Lee, good to see you. Anybody know if the football's still going on? This World Cup thing? Because I don't know. Psycho Paul, who are you? Put your camera on. Let's see who you are. Oh, well. Good evening. Hello, Psycho. Don't want to speak? That's fine.
Hey, yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you.
Oh, yeah. All right, Grim. How's it going?
Fine, Mr. Paul. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
You're all right.
Yeah.
How long are you going to keep this accent up for?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't do accents.
No, I know you don't. No.
You confused me then. I didn't even think I was even in chat. Sorry, dude. No, that was from earlier. I forgot all about that. It's from earlier, but yeah, you know.
Listen, if you're not careful, I will discriminate against you and kick you.
Well, you've already discriminated against one person. Miss Jaded is upset that you didn't say hi to her.
I didn't get a chance to.
Can't get a word in edgeways, can you?
No.
Get a chance to.
No, you're right. Not when you're here. So, good evening to everybody who I haven't said good evening to, which includes Jaded and also Fake Mike, Real News. Talking of which, hello, what are you up to? Hello, Jaded.
Oh, hi. Hello, Psycho Ball. Come on, do the accent. You've been practicing, please.
Do you know what? These two, I'm not going to get a word in edgeways.
Annyeong.
Yeah. Come on, Grim, you know the show.
It's a long time since you two have been up here, you know, so, you know.
We've only just got out of bed, haven't we, after all this time?
Oh, that doesn't surprise me. Do you know what? On Monday night, folks, we have a little sideshow which everybody and anybody's invited to on the website. And it's a private room. When I say private, you know, the only people who are in there are the ones who invite themselves in. Anyway, I made a mistake of leaving the door unlocked.
What?
Right. The following night, guess what? I went in, only for 2 seconds. There's a flaming party going on. Nobody asked.
Why didn't
Nobody
you
asked.
asked? Man, you know what I mean? You
I didn't, but the music was. I was getting complaints from the neighbours of the website, and that was the problem because the music was so loud. Yeah.
There was all kinds going on, all kinds of music. It wasn't just it walked in like when it was bam, bam, bam. But we had all kinds going on.
But you see, the thing was, folks, it wasn't just the music they were complaining about. They should have closed the curtains. Because they had the lights on. And you know what happens? You got the lights on. You can see through the windows. Anyway.
Look, it was a birthday party and everybody's in the birthday suits. What do you expect?
Exactly. You just needed to strip off and come in. It comes to something when somebody comes onto their own website and leaves, doesn't it? What's going on there?
Hello, Mellows.
Hi, Mellows.
Sean, how you doing?
Hey, Anoniku got it. Yeah.
Anoniku's here. In fact, there's so many people here. Anyone would think we're going to have a serious conversation.
Well,
you know,
we'll get there.
We're meant to have a serious conversation, and I'll tell you the reason why. Again, so while I was doing the rounds on other chat shows, right, I came across a couple of people who were having an argument over racism. And one person was in support of their view, fine, no problem. And the other person was trying to put a logical answer across. But because it didn't meet what they were talking about, right, the other one, it created a right to do. Mm-hmm. And they were arguing over everything. And I turned around and said, but you're discriminating against each other because you're not agreeing to disagree.
Yeah.
Right. Now, people discriminate against me. These two in particular. Right?
You started it.
I don't discriminate.
Right?
I don't.
Yes, you do. You locked me out of my own website. Anyway, they changed the password so I couldn't get in, folks. Right? Because they didn't want a boring old fart going to a 72-year-old's party. How the hell Stan you got in there? I don't know, but no, it's good to have the gang back, isn't it? No, who said that?
A gangbang. I like it.
I said the gang back and see how it is.
We've gone from a pussy party to a gangbang tonight.
Hey, I'm a year older now, so my hearing's going. So you just have to bear with me.
Sorry. I'd like to apologise on behalf of those who are able to hear Miss J at the moment. Anyway,
Okay, how do
am I being discriminative if I kick people off for being horrible?
It depends whether you're supporting freedom of speech or not, doesn't it? I guess.
Well, I do, but we can't have freedom of speech on here.
Well, we can if we word it correctly. I mean, okay, yeah, that goes against freedom of speech, but you can make your
really, Stago.
you can make your points, can't you? I mean, you might get hated on because people word things. Look at politicians; they can word it right and get on TV, can't they? And it can still come.
Yeah, but they run it.
Well, yeah, there is that, isn't there?
Yeah, I think they were protecting your eyes against what you could have seen. No, there's no could have about it. I did. I mean, it's not much fun when you're seeing a 92-year-old bloke in the nud.
We gagged him when he come in. We gagged him. We blindfolded him, gagged him. I just didn't think he liked I think he liked the cuffs actually, but it was the gagging and blindfolding you wasn't keen on, wasn't it? But when you
have a serious conversation for once, and all I've got is a pair of serious people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I say
seriously?
Go on.
No, you can't. I'm being discriminative. I'm talking. Right. Just remember his name is above the door after all this time. You know what I mean? You're a guest. That means I can treat you how I should treat people.
Oh no, I don't have any rights on here anymore. I was going to do it.
Jade.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
Yeah. Well,
have you survived?
Yeah.
Good. Just ignore what he says. He's an idiot. You know. Right? Don't worry about it.
Don't discriminate against idiots.
Look, there's idiots and then there's Stango. Anyway, right. Here we go again. What is discrimination? Seriously. What is, I mean, is there on YouTube in particular, right? Without mentioning channels, right? I know you've not been watching a lot, Stango, but just think about it. Think back.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think that there is a lot of discrimination amongst different groups?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Now, go on.
I was going to say, like, discrimination is like degradation. It's degrading somebody for their, I don't know, maybe their way of life, their views. You know, just their standpoints, I guess. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't agree, you rip it down rather than maybe talk about it, maybe understand where they're coming from, even if you don't agree with it. I mean,
okay. So somebody, let's say, take disability for one, right? Someone calls somebody an absolute moron, right? You're being discriminative because, this is just my opinion, right? Because you're ignoring what somebody says because you don't agree with it, right? Not that you're calling them a moron, because that in itself suggests that they have less intelligence than certain people, but there could be a genuine reason for that anyway, right? At the moment, on the UK YouTube, right, we've got one particular cretin who is going on about people having to show their acros. Right. Now, I don't get it. Why should anybody have to prove anything? This is a virtual reality. There's nothing real about this place. I mean, for Christ's sake, people call me Grim Reaper. You know what I mean? Before that, they called me God. Right?
I think Grim suits you better. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I do as well. That's like the point. But right, I don't discriminate as to which souls I take. I'll take any buggers. I don't care. I've even got an angel. I mean, if I was discriminative, do you think I'd have an angel or on the show.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice.
I nicked it. I borrowed it, I should say. It's copyright free, so, and I had the author's permission, or the creator's permission, I should say. But yeah, I mean, I'm just not too sure regarding discrimination. I try not to discriminate. I have a laugh. I accept people for who they are. I came into this just to have a giggle, right? It's turned into something even bigger than I ever thought it would be. We're almost at 500 subs. Thank you so much for everybody. Right? And I honestly can put that down to the team of people who have supported me. That's not just the people who come up on a regular basis or duck down for a while, then come back up. Everyone's free to do what they like, but every single one who's come into the chat and put a comment in the chat, people who've watched it for on replays and thought, actually, I like this, so I'm going to subscribe. It's all that, okay? Every single person has made this show the way it is, right? And we tackle different things, right? And I think that if you've got people who are so good at going into people's background and doing research, maybe they should do some research on things that actually matter, like the fact that the government are total bastards. And whoever you vote for, the government gets in, you just get to pick what flavour for the next 4 years in the UK. I'm not even going to start about the American elections and whether they're rigged or etc. Right? But if somebody loses, that's what they say. Oh, it's rigged. It's this. It's that. Stirring up the crap. And one of the things which we're starting to do over in the UK, we're taking things too personal, right? And we're introducing families and children into the mix as well, doxing them and all the rest of it, following them, people stalking each other. Well, one person in particular I'm thinking of is stalking someone. Now, that's not right. I mean, I think you're getting confused with reality and virtual reality. I think somewhere someone's got their head built on the wrong way around. I mean, the chat's going mad regarding, well, when I say mad, don't mean mad. They're discussing apartheid, the way that apartheid was.
Yeah.
In South Africa. Yet South Africa is the only place I know where you can legally put anti-theft devices on cars that actually burn people to death. I've seen the adverts. Ooh. Whether they're true or not, I don't know. But hello, Spooky. But yeah, I mean, let's just concentrate on what's important. The auditors that are out there, the people who support auditors, don't look at what somebody else is doing and get jealous about it. How about trying to find some common ground and move forward? And if you can't do that, just ignore the other person.
Yeah.
To me, it's simple. If you want to have a slanging match between two people, do it in private. I've got a perfect room for you over on the Grim Reaper Radio Show.com on a Monday night. Come over. We can have a laugh. We will host it. Stangu can host it. He's good at hosting things like that. It's Wobbledoost. How you doing?
Wobbledoost. Can I just shout out South Africa's finest as well, the Antwoord?
Yay!
Yeah, great band. There we go. The
Tune-ups is here.
Joburg, bitch. Love them.
Right. Did you? So anyway, just now that's the serious stuff. I'm going to come back to that maybe later. Maybe not. Let's see how we go. Stangu. I'm so pleased that you feel comfortable coming up onto the show. So when are you starting the quiz?
Oh, don't say things like that. I didn't even realise that I was here.
Some things never change,
I
folks.
know. Don't. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got the singer here.
Well,
I wouldn't mind, but the person who's been shouting for the singer, right, isn't here yet.
Smokey,
Are they watching the football, Willie?
you know,
No, they're going to be so disappointed.
it's going to be confirmed now that you've had to pay her more because of the price increases. Oh, she wouldn't be here right now.
Stalking is more like conspiracy to commit murder. Is the Pope Catholic? Well, the person who I'm thinking you're very close to, because they've got a very similar name to the Pope, and they've really got the hots for somebody. Let's put it that way. But they can't get on here. Why can't they get on here? Because as much as I agree with free speech, I don't agree with hate speech. And this guy's got nothing but hate speech. So I won't have them up because I would lose it with them. And I don't really want to do that. I'm a really, really nice guy. But you don't want to be on the wrong side of me. Why? Because I'll have your fucking soul quicker than you can say, I'm dead.
Can I just say
take it while you're alive? Yeah, go on.
That particular person talking about what's discrimination and what's not necessarily discrimination, but I feel I'm pretty neutral in most areas. I'm not talking sexual.
Really?
But, okay, sorry. But you know, I've spoke to this chap for a long time. We're not going to go into this, and I see a different side. I'm not saying I side with or against anybody here, but I do respect that person's opinion, and I take it on board. I even try to understand a lot of it, and that's what we're talking about earlier about discrimination. Yes, I know things have been said, but that happens. If you think about it, look into it, it's like cross-eyed all over the place. I wouldn't single anybody out in that aspect, especially that person. That's all.
No, I'm not singling anybody out. What I'm saying is that there is, when you turn around and you say that they challenge somebody to a duel, they can enter into a contract under common law, which means that they can legally kill them.
You've got to think
that does not make sense.
It kind of does if you think about it. A long time ago, it's like a historical thing. I mean, yeah, it's not going to happen because at the end of the day, once somebody's dead, whether it's on private land or in public land, whether it's agreed and it's contractual, once somebody's dead, somebody will be held accountable for it.
Yes.
Yeah, but I understand.
It's getting to that stage. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's getting to that stage. And this is the problem which I've got with some YouTubers, shall we say. And it doesn't help when you've got others who are stirring the pot, you know, just for the clickbait at the end of the day during their lives. Now, granted, there's a few things which I've done in the past is around clickbait, I suppose, with headings and then not actually discussed them. Yeah. You know, it's all part and parcel of YouTube life. But I mean, at the moment, we are in the midst of celebrating over in America Thanksgiving. You know, that time when all those years ago, when the Americans, as they were back in the day, the cowboys, invaded what are now classed as Native Americans, but they were called Indians back in the day.
Are they First Nations natives now? This is political correctness.
Yes, exactly. It's a load of a load of codswallop.
Well, I don't know. It's true, isn't it? They were there first.
Yeah. Sorry, I just seen Wobble Moose comment. Pilgrims and one right. The thing is, why do the Americans celebrate such tragedy?
Probably for the same reason.
How I see it, but I'm looking on the outside in. Maybe an American could explain it to us, but we haven't got any. You know?
There you go. First Nationers, aka the dudes that were here first. I mean, I think, I don't know. Is there an aspect of like in Canada? We'll say First Nationers again because I don't know the terminology. I believe they can live tax free. They get a plot of land, and it's an apology, really. I'm not saying that's what Thanksgiving's about, but to remember it, we need to hold on to our history to progress. We need to learn, from. It was a hard atrocity that happened. And we need to step away from that to move forward into the future, don't we? Even if, I mean, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you who I feel sorry for, or what species I feel sorry for, right? And that's turkeys.
Turkey. Okay, yeah.
Why? Because turkeys get a run deal, right? And they are discriminated against because they are bred for the kitchen table or the dining room table twice a year in America. We only do it once. We only do it at Christmas time, right? Traditionally, right? But the Americans, they have it twice, and I've got nothing against them doing that. But those poor turkeys that, they've been running around free one day and all of a sudden they're not, they're on somebody's bleeding, what's the word? Dining room table being carved up, What's this? You need to download this shite and put it on a hard drive so they can't delete it. I have no idea what you are referring to, machine. But okay. Yeah, I mean, I actually do, but Turkey wants to leave NATO. Yeah, that's because they're getting a raw deal at the moment, aren't they? They're ending up on, as I say, on the dining room table being carved up, or is that in reality that Turkey's being carved up? But I just think there is a lot of things going on at the moment on YouTube is totally ridiculous, and people need to get a bit of a life.
How about so like I mean, this is entertainment in the same way as what's that show again? And America have theirs. It's like Jeremy Kyle, Jerry Springer, that kind of stuff, where people are airing their laundry in public or their dirty laundry, or ripping each other apart, and it's entertainment. People are loving it because they love that real entertainment where people are going at each other and exposing each other and blah 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 blah. Now this is like an independent version, isn't it? An independent version where people are really going at each other, and a lot of people are supporting it because they're entertained with that kind of thing. Maybe because like they stepped away recently from mainstream media and into YouTube, and they've brought it over here. Maybe.
Yep.
Can I just say one more thing about entertainment? Right. Think of comedians, right? Especially some of the old school comedians. How discriminative were they? But also, it was under the banner of entertainment, comedy even. You've got the likes of Ricky Gervais, who claims that you can get away with it as long as it's in the right context. And it's not just hate, but that's the new generation of comedian. They write it in a fashion where they can get away with it.
Can I just point out that that's actually if Biden was to pardon himself, then that would be a total abuse and discriminative nature towards turkeys. Turkeys have got a bigger brain. Just has to be said. Sorry. Not that I've got anything against Biden.
One turkey is pardoned every year at the White House.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jose, how you doing?
Jose.
Or Jose, I should say. Jose
Villegas.
By the way, guys, if anybody else wants to come on up and join the comedy show, don't use the link at the top. Go to somebody else's show. But if you fancy joining in and having taking the piss out of certain things, you can do by all means. We do that. Well, we try to do that every now and again. But the last time I pardoned anyone, it was myself just after I ate some turkey. It repeated on me.
Could I also add to this discrimination thing as well by saying, that saying goes around, and you say it like yourself: offence can only be taken. How does that apply to discrimination?
Discrimination to me is where you deliberately victimize somebody because they are different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if I was to seriously discriminate against you, Stangu, it would be on the grounds that you are totally different to me.
Right.
And that's it. End of.
Yeah.
Right. But I accept you for who you are. Therefore, why would I discriminate? And the other thing is, I accept everybody for who they are, and I hate everybody. So therefore, I cannot discriminate against anybody.
Right.
Impeach, defeat Turkey. Okay. What we got here? Can't take offence if you plant hedges. You're right. You just got to cut them down. I'll look after them. California is the greatest place to be. I can't disagree with that, but at the same time, I can't agree with it.
Mm-hmm.
I will sit on the hedge. Oh, God, it's prickly. No one told me it was a holly hedge.
I'm just California dreaming, Jay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
Right,
I'm still thinking about gobbling. Sorry, I was mouthing.
Somebody mentioned.
Right. I've deliberately not mentioned or said anything regarding how a turkey sounds, talks, or communicates. And Jaded has to bring out the word gobble.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. It was on the tip of my tongue.
That's what she said, not what he said.
Oh dear. Anyway, is this meant to be a serious debate?
It is, but it doesn't work. Not with. Well, I try to have a serious debate. It lasts about 5 seconds.
We're having a mass debate. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't apologise for being you. Whatever you say. I don't have a problem with that. You can sing us a song instead. Anyway, that's who shut her up. Anyway. Can we have a serious discussion about this? Because everybody seems to discriminate one way or another. But is it okay to discriminate against goblins? Only if they're not related to turkeys.
I have nothing against goblins, so.
I don't.
And Tony says it's certainly debatable. And I tell you what, we had a few more people in, we could have a mass debate.
There you go. That's what Jay's here for.
Yes, well, exactly. I'd let her lead that one. Look, we've got to try and keep it YouTube friendly, folks. So,
Okay. Can I bring something up? Jay might be able to help me with some of the pronunciation here. I'm going to
What was that you were about to say? Is there something I can bring up? Is that what you're about to say?
I'm going to bring up.
And then you start talking about. Okay.
I thought we could start with the etymology of discrimination, right? I'm going to get this from Wiki, right? The term discriminate appeared in the early 17th century in the English language. It is from, of course, the Latin discriminat, which means distinguished between. From the verb discriminare. Is that right, Jay?
Yeah, discriminate.
Discriminer. From discrimin, distinction. From the verb I don't know that one. Discriminare. Since the American Civil War, the term discrimination generally evolved in American English usage as an understanding of prejudicial treatment of an individual based solely on their race, later generalized as a membership in a certain society undesirable group, or social category. Before this sense of the word became almost universal, it was a synonym for
Cinnamon?
cinnamon.
Isn't that a spice?
Discernment. Cinnamon. There we go. She's at it. For discernment, tact and culture, as in taste and discrimination, generally a laudable attribute to discriminate against, being commonly disparaged.
Okay, so to discriminal means that you can carry tools in your basket.
Discriminal.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
It's the fallen.
I think the key word there is distinguished between, isn't it? It's like the difference between. You know, distinguished between what? From one thing or another? From the Latin.
Okay, as somebody who is has impairments, because I don't like the word disabled, because I'm not. I have impairments and I work around them. Yeah. I can be discriminated against because people call me an a-hole.
No,
just because I'm more intelligent than them. Now, I wouldn't accuse anyone of being unintelligent at all, because that to me would be discriminatory towards them, if you think about it. You know, I mean, I let anybody up here, don't I, Stangu?
Okay. You do
and I do miss certain people because the one-liners tend to dry up.
Oh.
By the way, talking to drying up, Jay, did you manage to get that bottle that you needed to help lubricant the parts that other beers don't refresh?
Yeah, then a couple of bottles of wine. I've had quite a few this week, so yeah, I'm fine now.
Helps keep it lubricant, that's all I can say.
What's this black watch that's here? Ignorance can learn, whereas, I think that's stupid, isn't it? Stupid refuses to be and defends itself to the death.
Yes, absolutely. Like yeah. And that's what we've got on YouTube, folks. We've got people who refuse to learn and come up with their own crap constantly. Unfortunately, I've seen it on both sides of the Atlantic, and it is starting to become a bore. I've got to admit it. You know, remember the song from Frankie Goes to Hollywood, when two tribes go to war?
I prefer Relax, actually, but yeah.
Yeah, I know you would. But... especially when you want to come. I know, but no, what I'm getting at is that there's so many things which people do. They dig up things literally from people's pasts, or they make allegations that they have no proof of, right? And just try to make people's lives a misery because they've got nothing better to do. Now, I just think it's a load of crap. You know, but then, and I'll say it for what I see it as.
But then if they've got nothing better to do and that's what they like doing, do we respect them for that? Because if not, we would be discriminating against the way they are.
What, thick?
Yeah, if you like.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Yeah, if they're, you know, that's the way they are. That's the way they are, isn't it? We need to accept people for who they are.
We don't. Well, no, we don't, because that's where what I'm saying is, does discrimination, right? Does it fit in today's world, so to speak? You know, so if you've got people who are just going out their way to cause as much heartache, as much trouble for other people in real life. I'm not talking about YouTube virtual. I'm talking about taking it outside, taking that step into the real world, right? and bringing that out, but mentioning it in such a way that casts doubt on somebody's real life, right? That's the bit that I hate. Hey up, who's this shady twat? I mean, yeah, here we go. You behave yourself, sir.
Tony Lee, if I was stupid, I wouldn't be sat here watching this caper, would I?
Yeah. Welcome to Shady, by the way, folks. Long
Thank you.
time no see.
All right, how you doing, brother?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Can I just say that there's a lot of crap going around, and I don't want it in here.
No.
And I'm being discriminative towards that, by the way. There's only one rule, and that's you leave your crap at the door.
No,
if there's any crap going to be done, it's going to be done by me.
Can
I just
if I do the crap, it's going to be on my channel.
Can I just join in the chat and suggest that we all have a go at this? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Hang on. Right, I'll put it up so you can read it at the same time. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck?
Chuck.
If a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Chuck, I like that word. That's one of our mantras.
Come on, Chuck, have a go, Chuck.
Hi.
All right, Chuck, you're going to have a go, Chuck.
Woodchuck would. I'd rather do that pheasant plucker one. I prefer that.
Oh, I bet you would, yeah.
Well, you can try that in a minute. Shady, see if you can read that out and get it right.
Friday night sobriety.
How much wood could a woodchucker where's my pizza? I ain't gonna
let me rock it.
You don't know what's in my vape here. You don't know what's in my vape machine, and I'm so chilled out. I'm absolutely
CBD by any chance?
Yeah, it is actually. Thank you. He went. It won't make you high. It's funny. He said that. I can't remember when. But I don't know. It was like days ago. It's like I've been so happy ever since.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm vaping on these days. CBD.
Dear. Yeah, have you tried drinking it yet?
No, I don't drink it.
No, I mean it's safe to drink. I bought some once and I thought it didn't help me at all, so I ended up necking the bottle.
He got this big bottle and he went, look, you can, and he put it on my hand. He went, oh, well, look. I went, what? I want to vape it, not really drink it. I've got a smoking addiction.
Well, you can drink it in drinks. In fact, I know of a really good website that's coming on board, which will allow you to buy CBD quite legally in the UK. But more on that another time. What's truth? What I miss. I tried to hop on your web stream the other day. My mic was not working.
Oh, that's why you dropped out. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, come in on Monday. It's fine.
That's right.
Why are we not seen on the screen? Well, that's because I haven't put anybody on the stream. On the screen. Yeah. Why do you want to go on the screen? That's easy enough. Right, folks. Here's the ugly people.
Oh, Grim. Tanya.
Psycho.
I'm the Grim Reaper. Thank you.
You look more like Obi-Wan. Kenobi.
Well, I think it was from the charity shop, brand new. Thank you.
All I can say is, like, considering we're talking about discrimination, I'm glad it's not a white hoodie.
Yeah, well, I can tell you a story about that one day, but better not on here. I think you've heard it before.
What's this one here? Wobbly Boost. Put that one on the screen. My mate works at a beer cannery here in Cairns. Thus, how many cans can a Cairns canner can? If a Cairns canner can in Cairns.
It's cans. How many cans can a can? If a cans cans in cans. There you go.
Okay,
Now say it in English so we can understand it.
a lot faster. Hey, DeWitt.
Beer cannery. Yeah. Thank you.
Right, I've been asked a question. Evening, Dewitt. Hey, Grim, when are you coming to visit? Well, I could tell you, but then I'd have to take your soul early.
Have you got plans to go over stateside? Have you?
I'd love to go over to stateside. I don't think they'd let me in, though.
No. What happened last time?
Not
We went
legally,
to-
anyway. Let's put it that way. I'd have to hop on the Titanic too. I think might make it.
A can's canner can as many cans as a can's canner can. If a can's canner can in cans.
No, if a can's canner can cans in cans, you missed a canner. Well, canner, we all do some dancing.
Oh, Mr. Can out. That's not something that Shady or Grim would do, is it? Missing a can
No.
out. Eh? Imagine that.
Hey, what are you trying to say about me? I've not had a drop all night.
Right.
Actually, I didn't think there was anything left in there, but there was. Thank you.
Sean's
alcohol
offering
left.
you a proposal. Stango.
Sorry, what's that? Say that again. Sorry.
Sean's asking, has popped a question to you.
Want to get married? That's what the hell? That's not to me. Sean Cannery. Jonathan Hayes, is that a new comic strip? Is it?
What are we to a woman?
And of course, some people have never lost a can.
Actually, I did. I lost a can of beer, and I went. Anyway, I didn't notice it, and then I found it because it rolled under my bed, and I thought I didn't. I bought that was like.
I could have sworn I drunk that. That's what you were thinking.
No, literally, I do find.
Never mind.
Sometimes I find full cans knocking about.
Hang on a second, Shady. What were you doing under your bed?
I was looking for a can of beer.
Okay, we've had this one, but try again.
I lose stuff all the time, and if I can't find it, it falls at the side of my bed because my bed's there, and I think, I better kick it under the bed because it's a double bed. It's one of those ones where you can. So I find loads of stuff there. I've got to go up there, on Skimps. I'm going to go up there and see how much money's underneath. Because there'll be.
I was going to say, what's the betting you got about 24 cans there?
No, I ain't got that much. I went to the Lidl's. I bought. I'm not going to show you. I'll tell you. A hobgoblin. Oh, you love that.
Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin.
That's a turkey that's just come out of the oven.
That's got to be one of my favourite ales. Hobgoblin. Love it. Ruby.
Lidl's. I think that was a treat myself. £1.29, roughly.
One bottle.
Yeah, for a bottle. Then that was 89p. Lidl's cider, 89p. That was pleasant. And then obviously you can't buy things in twos. It's the fucking fact. Oh, that was the other one, Drambini. Oh yeah,
Drambini. Did you say? Drambini.
No, it's a Polish beer. It's half price. Got it for £1. Might go down there later on. Oh, then they got this one, which is a porter, which is like Mann's. You know that red label Mann's.
Yeah,
yeah, but this one is like disgusting. But I drank it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it. I forgot to read the malted, which means it's really strong, disgusting flavour. But yeah, I mean that was £1.9. Other than that, did all right.
Right.
I still got to go and get some more booze, obviously, because these don't last me that long. Oh, that's what I've got. Look, you see the green? Thank you. It's going to chill me out.
Oh. I think
Right,
it works.
I really don't want to upset anybody who thinks that Shady is one of those. So I just entered your name. edited your name, I should say, Shady, just for the time being.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice that. That must
Yeah,
have been
you know what the snowflakes are like.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you know what's really got me about this?
He called himself a Mexican one. I went, well, if you're going to do it, I'm going to do it.
He's edited your name because he don't want people to think you're one, but he's not edited mine. So does that mean he thinks I'm a bloody psycho or something? Thank you, Grim.
You're welcome.
Psycho Paul.
Allegedly, hobbits, goblets.
Yeah. Oh, can I say what I've done?
Not my
right. That's a masculine one. That's for men. But then I went, well, I can't have a feminine one, which is slightly smaller. So I got two of them, and so I can like same stuff in both.
And when they meet, you get little ones. Think about that one, JD.
You know that CBD. You know that CBD oil. I was on my planet. I can't remember. It might have been fucking days ago. And I had the American woman with the green eyes, Jackie, and she was smoking one of these. She says, "You do know this has got CBD oil in it." I went, "What is it?" I went, "Extract of cannabis," because she smokes all the time. I went, "Okay." So I went and bought it. I've just lost track of time since then. Because I bought this, and then the guy, brilliant, and he went, "I'll set it all up for you. It's all broken down." And then I bought the oil and just went. I was like, "Wow!" I think that was days ago.
Yeah, it's the cannabis oil. Is it cannabis oil or cannabis oil or something like that? It's extract.
Cannabis oil. I've named it all sorts. It's CBD.
I think it's cannabis oil or something like that. Yeah, CBD.
Yeah, it is.
It's a byproduct. It's without the THC. The THC is illegal, but the CBD isn't. There you go. Now then,
that's what I've got.
There's a challenge for you. Okay, if Grimm's, I can't even pronounce that.
It's Grimm's Gins, Grim Gin, Grim Gins. Say 120. Go on, Jay.
No chance. I'm not saying that one.
Barely say English, never mind confusing stuff.
What's that, Joel, to say now about THC oil? Yeah, it's just, I don't know where you're from, but it's not legal here yet, but you can get
it. Well, it is legal, provided you get it under prescription.
There you go. It's cannabidiol. Cannabidiol. I knew something like that. Cannabidiol. Yeah.
I bought some to mix in the vape a couple of weeks. About 10 days ago, and I've been using it ever since, and I've never been so mellow.
Black Watch says there, in my opinion, THC oil can leave your mind permanently parked in the airport parking level. I don't smoke this stuff, but I have had THC oil, and I'll tell you what, free drags, and you're an absolute cabbage. Seriously.
Well, it depends on how it affects you.
It affects me like that. It helps with my insomnia. Anyway, because I was sleeping.
Yeah, but so does a hammer.
I mean,
I sleep for insomnia, I do.
One, you wake up with a lump on your head.
What's this? That's interesting. Sean Eastman, CBD is illegal here in Tennessee. Tobacco is king. Yeah. Is THC legal there in Tennessee, or is that also that would be an interesting turn up, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, well, tobacco is king. I mean, wasn't that the Marlborough area where did Marlborough's originally was made? I'm not sure.
And Jack Daniels, of course, as it's pointed out.
I'm never ever going to suggest to anyone that they should smoke cannabis, eat cannabis, or whatever, right? But I'll tell you what: if you do, you will be floating as high as a kite, and it's really good in cookies. But if you want to be mellow, that's a different kettle of fish. If you don't want the high that goes with it, and you just want to relax, CBD is the way to go, folks. It really is. Tobacco farms are in Tennessee. Yeah, I thought so.
Where's Virginia? That's not that way, is it? Because that's one of the originals, isn't it? Like Golden Virginia or Virginia anyway, Virginia tobacco. I don't know if that's that direction, but
I don't know. Could be. I don't know. You know what? I talk to people from New York, from Texas and whatnot. And I also talk to people from Canada. And you know what? They all sound the same to me.
Foreign.
Well, that's discriminate. That you can't class them. I mean, of course, like my family are in Canada, so like I can tell the difference. I can tell. Well, most of the time, anyway. And they.
Well, you know, apparently, if you call a Canadian American, they get upset, and if you call an American Canadian, they get upset. I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, I suppose it could be the same as calling a Scotchman or Welshman, I suppose.
English.
Well, I know two women, which, you know, we've got Cosmic, we've got Jackie. I think, and I get confused. Cosmic is Canadian, lives in America, and then Jackie is American that lives in Canada. And I always say, yeah, you're Americans or whatever. I don't know. But they're all right. The thing is, they're nice and they don't really care.
There's your answer, by the way. Yes, Virginia is in is East Tennessee. Virginia borders, etc. Now, here's something which is I've never thought of.
Canucks,
right? Buying CBD oil for pain relief for a dog, and it helps with seizures.
It's known. It's been experimented for seizures in humans and animals. Actually, I've done research on that. Epileptic seizures or clonic seizures. It does have so many benefits. I will give it that. Recreational use. Why not?
Yeah, I think my dog's bid on it because she's just lying on the floor asleep.
No, it's not offensive. Blackwatch, not Canadian. Surely we is Canucks. Canucks is like Canada, UK, is it? Like CN UK. And some people find that offensive for some reason over in Canada, but I don't know why. Because if it's your heritage, it's your heritage. It's not.
Well, exactly.
I don't know if it's used as a derogatory, what were we on again? Discrimination.
Well, I would say that was discriminatory.
Canuck.
Canadians are slang for American blacks. You're not even allowed to say it that way anymore. You know.
Sorry, can you explain that? Canadians are slang for American blacks. How does that?
I don't know. Honestly, I haven't a clue. But apparently, Tony Lee is buffering. We're not buffering. It's his connection.
Canuckistan. Canuckistan. I don't even want to think about that. Canuckistan.
Got it. Listen, all I can say is that, as far as I'm aware, Canada did have the largest car park in anywhere in the world at one point until the army moved in.
Working.
What's that?
Yeah. Are you trying to shine a light or something?
Well, I was trying to get it working. You know, I'm going to get power cuts.
Yeah.
So I bought a lamp. I bought a lamp. Then I bought a power supply for when power cuts happening. Then I bought a bigger one, which is like a brick. This one doesn't seem to do anything apart from charge up. So I plugged it in there.
Oh.
So yeah. So this one, look, my box. Go.
Right. So here's a question: if you're having a power cut, how do you charge the batteries up?
Well, you make sure.
Just a question.
Go to your nearest.
Obviously, you make sure the charge up. This is at 38%. Thank you. Now the other one, look, get out of it. Let me face. This one, I can get this brand, and it's actually solar panel. got a solar panel on it. Mate, thank you.
What's
Yeah,
that?
if you need a solar,
I
Call
got
me
him for
an-
this. to
Call me
charge
an
this up.
American, and I will stripe you so hard you will see stars.
Ooh.
There you go.
right? Okay. Let's have a little bit of less humour and more seriousness.
Mhm.
No, fuck it. I can't be asked.
Well, you're gonna have to change the title in that case, but yeah, let's discriminate shady. See how it works.
I've got I've
Um,
got a girlfriend. No, it's an internet girlfriend. You know Zara B. She says she's black and white, and I went,
Nigeria.
Yeah. You know, she's got the eyes, and that's about it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, prove it to me.
more like a chameleon.
I like it. There was me and her.
You got that one.
Yeah, there was me and her. There was me and her, and I'm calling all the names in the sun.
Oh,
She's
right.
back.
Hang on a second. I take offence to that one. Corona, king of beers. Well, the Corona wasn't. It kept us indoors.
Mm.
I do remember walking into a shop and asking for,
Do
have you got any Corona?
Remember the joke? Do you remember the joke? They had the beers. They're going, I think I've got Corona. I bet they had like a crate of the beers.
You know what? During lockdown, the Corona beer sales went up no end because everybody become a comedian. They did.
No. It was the opposite when I went in shopping. The only beers that were left was Corona.
Really? It's
Yeah,
serious.
no one would touch them. They thought they had some sort of infection, I think. I'm being serious. You know, all the ordinary lagers and whatnot, they went out no problem. But they had stacks and stacks of the Corona. And I said, when are you putting them on sale? And did it come in with and is there a syringe that we can use to make sure that we can test them first?
There's something from Wobbly Boost there. Canucks were actually West Indies and Jamaican Islands people, originally invited, later enslaved to grow corn and sugar in many nations. I did not know that.
That wouldn't surprise me somehow.
I honestly thought it was CN UK, like Canadian UK.
Hey up.
Okay,
so we still moaned about the Americans wooing our grannies during the war and chewing gum and parachute silk, or how they didn't dig warm beer and George Formby. Okay, I can understand the George Formby bit, but I didn't realise that we had warm beer back in the 40s. I thought it was chilled, but could be wrong. I didn't particularly like George Formby. I thought his songs was funny.
Yeah, but you know, cask ale, bitter. You know, cask ale, you don't chill that. You know the traditional, you don't chill it. It should be pretty cold, but it's not like lager, which is chilled. It goes through an actual an air conditioner unit. The lager actually goes through that. You just don't see it. That's why it's so ice cold. But bitter or cask, you don't do that. It needs to be cold, but not as cold as lager. So during the war, it would have been warm beer, if you like.
Right.
Because it's cask. It's traditional cask. You don't, because it's bitter, you don't chill it. Otherwise, it goes cloudy. Called chill.
Can I just point something out?
Okay.
Just in case you didn't know, Grim, I mean, this is another one of those that goes back. If eating CBD gummies, it's better to eat them after a high-fat meal. It increases the absorption rate. That's absolutely true. Even if you have like cannabis leaf on toast or something like that, you get those fats in there and it does absorb it. Even I don't know about with a joint, but if you're eating stuff, like that's why they sell cannabis ice cream and, we're talking THC here. Because it absorbs it quicker and gives you a
missing out on this stuff.
A better hit.
Yeah, better hit. That's the one.
In America, we like our beer cold and our Guinness pints at room temperature.
Ooh, really? Is that because it takes so long to drink the Guinness?
Probably depends on whether or not you actually like the stuff.
I used to like it.
You know, Guinness. It's self-contained. You know you need someone to bring the beer up to the bar. CO2, big bottles of CO2. Guinness, it's self-contained. You've got the CO2 within the barrel. You just connect it up and do it. And you can't control it. You can't control it. If you're lucky, it's perfect, and you get a perfect pint. But that's how it's done, self-contained. And you don't wash the pipes, which is disgusting. You don't wash the Guinness pipes for 6 weeks. You do it every 6 weeks. Every other one, you do it once or twice a week, depending on how busy your pub is. But Guinness, they say, don't touch it. Do not touch it for at least 6 weeks.
So CBD and THC is oil soluble, not water soluble. Nicotine is water soluble. Yes. Have to agree, which is the reason why you need to get the right mix when you're mixing it. You need 50-50 with vegetable oil and Duckums engine oil.
Budweiser is Canadian soda pop.
How's the back?
They make some good beer. I don't care what they say about the old Moosehead and what is it, Labatt's and Molson.
Yeah.
But then again, when I was in Canada, and they do those tall cans as well. They don't go by halves, and it's like 6.5%. A lot of them. You only need 4 cans for the day, in my opinion. Anyway, I used to drink the when I go to Canada, I generally drink the what you call it, that Milwaukee American beer. Can't think what it's called now, but yeah, somebody will probably say it's a Milwaukee beer. It's probably can't think of the name of it.
Laverne and Shirley. Laverne and Shirley.
I think it was that place they worked at. Yeah, what was that place called? Yeah, that's the beer.
The TV show.
Yeah, but they do some good beer, Canada.
Right. So, Fallen has pointed out that vegetable oil bad. Well, it's all right for frying my chips in, so that's all right. I actually prefer beef dripping, but that's another story.
I saw a friend that I knew years ago. I saw her in Wilco's, believe it or not. She's a supervisor. What are you doing, Don? I'm on YouTube if you want to have a laugh. And I said, and then I went, shit, if I say her real age, it's like rude. Because I met her 40 years ago. And, I think, how do I go like, well, I knew her 20 years ago. I'm almost 60 years of age. So she's like 4 years younger than me. So how do I go, yeah, I only met her 20 years ago when we went to school or whatever.
Evening, Paul C. How are you doing?
Can I just say, remember that beer? It was called Schlitz. That's the Milwaukee beer. I'm pretty sure it's Milwaukee that I drink when I'm in Canada, along with the Moosehead and the Labatt's and the Molson. It's all good stuff. Yeah,
I misread that. I thought it said Wookie beer.
Wookie.
I think this is definitely doing something. Even though he said it wouldn't, you can see you got the bluey thing. I'm gonna have to definitely go for a beer. I'm gonna say thank you for letting me on, mate. Thank you for. I'll let you have a look at this. I still don't wear it anyway. Sorry. Yeah, let me get my proper hat on. Thank you.
Is that actually a hat? He looks like a wig. You've gone ginger. He's got a ginger afro. I find that offensive.
Thank you. I just need
guys, I'm just going to bring on a special guest. Denison. How are you doing?
Oi, oi.
Oi. Okay, so we've got a Russian, an American, a psycho. I don't know what it is. You got Grim. And we're wondering hippie in the building as well.
Hippie.
Pardon?
Sorry. Actually, Max threw a straw. I've got a toothache, so I'm drinking it through a straw right now.
Stango's in disguise.
Yes. He's actually showing his true colours. He's a psycho.
So, is it safe to assume that's Jade over there in disguise as well?
Oh, absolutely. Come on up, Hippie, if you want. You know, it's a free party.
You mixed it up, Jay, by the way.
Anyway, I've got to go to Philadelphia with that song. I'm going to run up those staircases. My mate went to America. My mate, actually, and this is before proper mobile phones, he went up there and he ran like in the Rocky movie. He didn't film it, but he liked it. And he just, I was knackered by the time I got at the top. This was 20 years ago. I don't know, I'm going to get going because one, I broke a brand new cable. Yeah, brand new for this. For some reason, or they sold it me broken. Anyway.
More like you've broken it.
Keep the receipt, take it back.
It was all nicely brand new looking. And then I unravelled it and I went, it still works, so I'm not bothered. Anyway, see you later.
Later.
Hold on, let me just make sure my ears are correct. Thank you.
Okay.
These are the bending.
Is his name Boris or Annie?
Borat. Name me nephew. Name me nephew. It'll be Borat because I'm boring. They go, "Hiya, Uncle Borat." I'm boring.
Shakui, yes, it's nice.
It's a nice.
Hello, welcome to my village.
That's nice.
But I'm gonna go anyway.
This is my wife. She is very nice. You like?
She has a one brow, very sexy with the one brow. Like Zara B. Thank you.
Right.
Can I just answer the question, Joel Vedders? I know they're having a conversation, but it's like Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, or Guns N' Roses. I'd put them in order. I'd have to say Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. How about you, Jay? Jay's
Pink Floyd last? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Pink Floyd at all.
Yeah, we're not friends anymore.
Actually, hang on.
Were you friends anyway?
Would this change it if I said like I liked the Syd Barrett years, even though it's only a couple of albums?
No.
No, because to some that was the rubbish stuff, but that's the stuff that I actually liked. Interstellar Overdrive, I'd play that not all day long, but I love that track, and I'm not a Pink Floyd fan. The Wall, I can't stand.
Clearly.
Yeah. Some of that stuff really was, but I'd go Guns N' Roses. I've seen Guns N' Roses, and they rock. Led Zeppelin also rock, but in a different way. I think maybe it's a generational thing, but nah, not Pink Floyd for me. Sorry. Well, I'm not sorry, but you know what I'm saying. There's a lot of oil going on in the chat. I don't know if this is still about because like we're not all kind of into cannabis and its products and how to get it in there quickly, but I was wondering if that's what it was about. Oils, rapeseed oil, coconut oil. It's all going to help, isn't it, to get your buzz in?
Clearly, the correct order is Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, and then Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, clearly we're not friends. You're right. Nah. I mean, Bon Jovi, come on. Yeah, that's girl rock, that is. Although I've had some good times with women with Bon Jovi because they can dig that stuff. You know, it's the lyrics, I think. But I've never chilled out with a woman to Pink Floyd or bloody Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, well, you're not messing with the right women.
Oh, no, I am, because they're all Guns N' Roses fans.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses is definitely a girl band.
That's the reason why he likes them so much.
Exactly.
Well, I'm not a girl,
to do with the fact that women like it. It's because he likes them.
You can say the same.
I like to put women in my mouth. I don't want to be one.
Well, Marilyn Manson, right? I've never played such seductive music. I may not like it, although I do, but hey, they do.
Oh,
well, and if Led Zeppelin doesn't get your girl's panties off, then you might be messing with a tranny.
Pink Floyd doesn't, man. Pink Floyd. Sit down, listen to The Wall, and get romantic or whatever. It's like, no way. Never. Not in my time, anyway.
No, that's for alone time. That's me time.
Wait.
Pink Floyd is when I don't want to compromise because I'm in the company of a woman.
Pink Floyd.
Led Zeppelin is a reasonable compromise.
Yes, Led Zeppelin. I'll agree there.
Guns N' Roses is like watching fucking daytime soap operas.
The analogies.
Uh,
The Who, the Pretty Things, Val Doonican. Who?
Oh, no, I do like the Who. I'd go for the Pretty Things, but I don't know. I quite like the Who actually. I'd go for the Who.
Now you're thinking, who the hell is Val Doonican? Well, some people are anyway.
What's that there? I have to go now, brothers and sisters. Peace and love to you all, apart from Marilyn Manson. Yeah, man.
Paul, thank you for dropping by. Always appreciated. Now, of course, the Fallen has said this is discrimination at work, folks.
Yeah, are we going to get back to this subject now anyway?
Well,
The answer is yes.
Discrimination.
Yes, right.
Can we have a serious conversation? The answer is no.
Well, try it.
I wouldn't use the word right because like moral authority doesn't appeal to me in this half of my life, but discrimination is definitely necessary.
In what way? I'm not saying to disagree, but can you explain?
How are you going to survive or succeed without any discrimination?
Again, in what way? In what context?
Every single context. Whenever there's a choice period.
So you're talking like as in choices, basically. Without choices, we wouldn't survive. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you probably wouldn't succeed unless you were able to discern two things. To discriminate between one thing and the other. To delineate one thing as better than the other thing.
You mean to strive, say, for instance, like to strive to be something better, even? Or something better? Sorry?
You could, but I'd argue that, given enough opportunity, you just will fucking die without discrimination.
Wingnut. I totally agree with that statement.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, do you think that it's right to discriminate between race, as we know the word race?
You're going to have to elaborate on what that means.
Okay. Where you're from?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. On what grounds?
Where people come from is probably one of the singular most important things that can determine a person's character.
So you're using stereotypes to discriminate against large amounts of people?
I'd say more like experience. And not against large groups of people. I generally don't give a fuck about large groups of people. I usually deal with people on a 1-to-1 basis, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 10, 2 to 2, 3 to 2, various groups, sizes of small groups.
So when someone's talking about racism, right, are you for or against racism?
You gotta tell me what racism is. When I talk about racism, I'm against it. That's generally because it's used against me more than other people. So, and I'm against that. I like things that are in my favor.
Well, I'm against positive discrimination, for starters. Right, because you could have two people going for the same job, right? Both of them are equally as qualified, for argument's sake, or you could have one person who is more qualified than the other in the sense they got more experience, but they take somebody else on because it fits their tick box. So they can turn around and say, our percentage rate is X for people from certain backgrounds. Or it could be on the basis that they need more women in higher management, for instance. So therefore, they positively discriminate in favour of women, so they can reach their quotas. Even if they're not suitable for the job, it's still a tick box, and that's why I disagree with positive discrimination, because it should be the best person for the job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it depends. Am I in the tick box? Because if the tick box is in my favor, then I'm all for it.
I guess so. If it works for you, if it works for you.
Yes.
But why employ somebody that hasn't got a clue just because of their race when somebody else could do the job better? Or
Again, am I that race?
well, you got a point there. If it works in your favor, yeah, I get what you're saying there.
Yeah, I'm all for it then.
I guess, yeah.
I'm against it now because it's not for my race. Everything
No,
first of all, I'm a
believe
first
policy.
generation American immigrant. So technically I'm Hispanic and a couple other things, but I look white and I'm a man. So everything in my country, all the laws are designed against me, not for me. White men have very little privileges in my country, so I hate, what is it called? Help me out, Grim. What's it called?
Positive discrimination.
Yeah, there's a term for it, though, the policy term.
Oh, I don't know about the policy, because that depends on which...
Affirmative action.
Yeah, all right. Of course.
Affirmative action. That's what I was... I think it's horrid. I can point out how immoral and racist it is. But if it were in my favor, I would keep my mouth shut about all that moral bullshit and just reap the benefits.
Well, yes, but just want to say hi to Vanished. I believe that everybody should be treated equally.
Oh,
That's
I
just my
definitely
own
disagree with
opinion.
that.
Well, you would, because you like to disagree with people. But
No,
I would
it's
still
because
treat
I don't
you
like
as
to treat...
equally. I would still treat you as equally as I do with Stanger.
It's because I have discernment. It's got nothing to do with disagreeing with anybody, and it comes from experience. I mean, it feels real great to be fair no matter what, and then that gets pumped into your brain as a baby and as a kid, and everybody teaches you that's how the world is. It's not. Nobody gets treated equally anywhere, anytime, period, end of. So if you treat people equally, you just end up getting fucked over most of the time. So,
Yeah,
4 decades on this planet is why I don't treat people equally. Not because I like to disagree with you. I don't give a fuck about disagreeing with you. I'd rather you just agree with me.
There's a question. Anarchy says, what are better, benefits or morality?
Benefits. Hands down, doesn't even come close. The only way the morality even fucking becomes a concern is when things get so out of whack, and they have to get so out of whack that you start to suffer from everybody else's suffering. That's the only time anybody really gives a shit. When society starts to hurt because some members of it are so screwed over.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I mean, I'm going back 40 odd years ago now. Here in the UK, we had a big thing about we have to employ more people from ethnic minorities. Now, I personally disagree with the word minorities, because I think that's wrong terminology, and I find that to be a tad racist in the way, because of the way it's put across, right? The police force have to hit a quota of the of how many different people from different races they employ. Firms have to employ a certain percentage of people with impairments, etc. It's becoming a tick box exercise instead of just looking to see who is best for the job. And I think that should be the case, and people should be employed on how well they can do the work. Just because somebody is has an issue with speech doesn't mean to say that they can't program a computer. You know, or write software or anything else like that. But you have discrimination because, that could cause a problem in the workplace. You know, there's things called reasonable adjustments over here. I don't know what it's like in the States. You probably don't have things, where it says that an employer has to provide reasonable adjustments for people who have impairments, etc. I could be wrong.
It extends from employees to customers, actually.
How about damage limitation? Damage limitation in the workplace. Say, for instance, you're doing a dangerous factory job, and they employ somebody that's underqualified, that is willing to learn, but could be more of a risk than the person that they had to say no to because they didn't fit the whatever you call it.
The quotation.
Yeah.
But that's down to a risk assessment.
Right. At 100%.
It's a risk assessment, and it's part of that risk assessment would be from an employer's point of view is how much are we going to lose by not employing somebody and filling that quota, because we could get into serious trouble because we don't have enough people who do X, Y, or Z. And
I think. Go ahead.
So this is where I think business gets things wrong, but that's my point of view.
This is the first decade, I think, arguably, where now it's, even if you do a pure risk calculation, it could be slightly more risky to not hire a so-called minority than it could be to hire somebody incompetent who could get somebody's fingers chopped off. It's been getting worse and worse over the last 4 decades, but I think now a company seriously has to consider it, and diversity hires may be more important than actual physical safety. That's how fucking nuts we've gotten.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I mean, I do agree to a certain extent. I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think there should be some middle ground. I disagree with, respectively, Master Ron. I don't think that white people on the earth are the minority.
100% they are.
I just think that people like to think that's the case.
No, 100% they are.
If you're talking about, well, I don't know, because
there's 2 billion just Asians alone, like Chinese and Middle Eastern people. There's 2 billion right there.
Well, okay, so maybe that's the wrong answer to the question. I should say that I would say that human beings are the minority at the moment, because it's politics that dictates who the minority is and the majority is. People aren't prepared to accept people for who they are.
Say that again?
People aren't accepting who people are. So they have to. Blackwatch, you're not connected at the moment, so I can't bring you up. Here's causation. Is that?
Can I
Hello,
say?
Hold on.
Hey,
Put me back downstage. What's up, Squatch?
All right, cheers, mate. And can you mute? Whoever's got the.
He has to be put backstage until he's ready.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, now it works. What's up, bud?
Oh, you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
You know what? It's funny you say that, Squash. Racism won't stop till we stop talking about it. Morgan Freeman. I'll tell you what I was saying before he did, man. You know what I mean? Let's forget about it. Stop listening to your Bob Marley about all this 500 years of slavery. Stop reminding yourselves that racism is an option. It should be a memory of the past, not a option for the future.
Oh, I totally agree.
We're not there yet, though. We have to talk about it ad nauseum before we get to the point where we're done talking about it.
Oh, no, I don't have to participate in your delusion.
There's been way too long where people just didn't talk about it.
But I just don't care.
Well, then you can expect people to talk about it ad infinitum instead of ad nauseum.
Oh, great. That's even better. Just not care forever. It's fine.
I agree with
Scott, you always take a different point of view.
I don't care either, and that's why it doesn't matter. But then you can think about that statue in Bristol, for an example. You know, the what's his name? The white slave. What was his name?
H.P. Lovecraft?
No. Well, they tore the statue down and they threw it into the river, didn't they? It's like, it needed to stay there to remind us, maybe. To some, anyway, to remind us of what we've done.
No. The wokeists cannot revise our history until they get rid of all the reminders of our real history so that they can rewrite it in their own image.
Like the Bible. Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, that's what the people who made the statues to begin with did, though, to be fair.
Potato. I'm not arguing about the dialect of stupidity that we're promoting here. I'm talking about like the fact that it's just moronic in the first place. It's a fucking rock or a piece of metal. It has no personal value of its own.
Yeah, I mean,
it's everything humans make, though, isn't it?
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. Yeah.
All I was saying is in this day and age, is discrimination right or wrong, basically, and does it have a place? And I don't think discrimination should. I think there's one thing that we should all learn, and that is that we're all human beings.
My only point
exactly. You just put it in there, yeah.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit.
DNA's not colored.
Discrimination is wrong. Then it's always wrong. Was always and will always be wrong. And if it's not wrong, then it's not wrong. And everybody really should have shut the fuck up a long time ago.
If discrimination is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Clip.
Blackwatch, what's your opinion?
Well, I mean, I try not to group people. I do. I really do. But I've met people. And
you're right.
You could say YouTube or otherwise. But what are you going to do? Discrimination is wrong. It is wrong. But what if the ones being discriminated upon promote their own discrimination? What do?
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Case in point, you could take. I took an individual. Okay, if you want to listen to the story, he was a programmer for 40 years. He's in Michigan. I'll say that. And somewhere through his wife, they went for a dinner, and her girlfriend had a hook into a Fortune 25 company. They were looking for a vice president of information technology. He got the job. He dogged me since May the 4th, 2020. I just said, okay, I'm wrong. You know more than I do. If I hadn't retired, just to be 52 years in IT, I don't know what I'm talking about. He's Jewish. He's quintessential Jewish. Everything out of his mouth is about what his family doing and money and everything else. And if you got a webcam, he's got the best. You got a car, he's got a Tesla and a bet. He self-promotes it. You try to get around it, no matter what you do, and you end up calling him a Jew. I'm sorry, it's the truth. It happens with some black guys too. They refer to each other by a certain name. You use it? No way. I'm just saying they self-promote it. You can't get around.
What the fuck did this nigga just say?
I have no idea where this just went. I don't know. I'm sorry.
What if I'm saying the people who indiscriminately discriminate?
That doesn't make any sense, brother. I'm sorry. That is where I lost you, is when you were like, when they just discriminate indiscriminately. The definition of discrimination is to be discriminatory.
Yeah, we're not spinning around with our eyes closed and seeing where we're pointing, you know, like you gotta, you need a set of criteria and you're deliberate about it.
I don't hate black people. I hate black people with cross eyes that mess up pumping my gas down here at the convenience store. Those are the people I have an issue with. Which is, there's one guy.
As far as
Discriminating against cross-eyed people, literally.
Just that one dude. I don't have a diesel, dude. He fucked it up.
He put ethanol in there.
you want a case in point about a job situation in a large company, and this is true. I know the guy that did the interview. Okay. They go through HR and they're just filtered, today. They don't have time really to see it. You get the job interview and you go in to see the head of IT or whatever it is. So down the hall comes somebody in small heels, stockings, a skirt.
Is it George? Because George wears that sometimes.
He's got a full beard. What do you do?
Okay. It is George. While I'm talking to him, I go, sir, are you
ma'am?
Ma'am.
Excuse me, it's ma'am.
So I mean, if I'm working,
You got me.
And you hire this character, am I going to be comfortable? I'm not discriminating against him, but am I going to be comfortable in my job that I've had?
There you go. He's uncomfortable around trannies. You heard it. The man's a bigot.
I didn't say that. I said hypothetically that the people in
Do you think that you have
He's
to
hypothetically a bigot.
No. Do you think you have to say that in order for it to be held against you? That's not the way this works, bud. They just make shit up.
I look at it this way,
I am whatever you say I am.
Exactly.
I treat as I'm treated. That's how I do. That's my code. You treat me like an idiot, you're going to get it back. That's the end result.
I don't really have a code. That's just how I operate.
This may be a bad arrangement because me and Dennis are constantly at each other, and people get caught in the crossfire. We don't dislike you. We just like poking.
Pew 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 pew.
If you feel like you're being treated by an idiot, and that person has like a mental impairment, and you treat them in the same way, is that discrimination or not discrimination? But why not try to boost those that put you down to change?
Didn't you just say something about being ableist?
That sounds like it might.
Every mix, baby.
Sounds like it might be a positive thing. That's just not how I work. I'm a mirror.
I do. I don't treat people as they treat me. Okay, if they get bad at, get nasty with me, I'll get nasty with them, AJ. But no.
So that does sound like you treat people the way they treat you.
No, I don't. No, I work with people every day, and they can be the biggest ass out there, and I will treat them, not necessarily with respect, but I will treat them the same as I treat others, and I will try and pick them up, make their day different, because I truly believe that if you can change somebody's morning by saying good morning or with a smile, they could walk away in a better mood and change somebody else's world. That's just my opinion. I don't treat people as they treat me, because then the world would be in more chaos than it is now.
I do it like the Babylon Bee. The Babylon
I'm so
Bee
confused now.
If the Babylon Bee had a customer service department, they wouldn't send you anywhere appropriate ever, but they'll do it with a smile.
Say that again. If they had a customer service department, what?
They wouldn't ever be useful, would they? They're the Babylon Bee, right? You wouldn't expect to actually get a straight answer out of anyone that worked there. You would call and get whatever smart-ass remark they fed you this week. So that's kind of how I react with humans in general.
When I used to program phone systems, we had a black hole for that. Like for customers that used to harass the employees. And so you're in an endless loop of pressing buttons and it never stops. Until if you can finally get out of the maze, then it drops you in this audio conference where you just hear, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. It just plays forever.
We call that a Rickroll.
Love is contagious, infectious. See, that's the thing about the smile. I believe that. I work with people I serve people first thing in the morning. And if I can make them smile, they could be the biggest ass out there. And make them leave with a smile. They could pass through the door while somebody's passing in. They'll catch that smile. And that smile comes in to me. Is that selfish?
What gives you the right? Yeah.
What
gives you the right to make me smile, to make me feel a certain way? How dare you?
I woke up in a complete funk this morning, and I was enjoying my funk.
Powerful creator. That's why. power to change
Wait,
the
well,
world.
I couldn't hear your reason. What was that?
Because I have the power to change the world. We all do.
So because you have the power to do something, you have the right to do it? Holy shit. Okay, Darth
Yep.
Vader.
Yep.
It's the
Remind
people-
me not to fuck with Stangu. God
Absolutely.
damn.
Like, what gives you the
Absolutely.
right to discriminate against miserable people? Can't people be miserable?
Go ahead, El Duce.
Why are you discriminating against miserable people? Is it not my right to come in your store and be miserable? You got to put a smile on my face.
Yep.
You don't got to. It's not your responsibility.
It's a choice. It's their choice. They don't have to. Some don't. Some do. And if they do,
Well-
it makes the day better. Surely to start the day off with a good morning and a smile. You know, a bit of a joke. Sometimes it's over the top.
To you?
Yeah, them. I'm talking about them. It doesn't make my
Nah, man. You're projecting yourself onto me.
So what if their mama died this morning and they come in, sit down all boo face, and you get that determination you're going to make them smile and it don't work? How do you feel then?
I
Da,
just,
da, 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 da.
I just find out where they live, hunt them down, and take them out of the equation.
Only a Sith knows an absolute.
Yeah.
Ah.
Right. Okay. We're getting a few comments in regarding the chat. Nasseron says it's a bit too left for me. We're not talking politics. We're just having a bit of a giggle, you know.
Hey, Denizen, you want a piece of that one?
Thanks for dropping in, Nasseron.
Too chewy.
Sometimes we have sort of serious conversations to start off with. Then they go a little bit pear shaped. Then they get back on track, and then Dennison arrives. You know, I mean, what else
Sorry
do
for
you
making you think again, Grim. I know how you
And
hate
then-
to do
and
that.
then on top of it, we then get Caucasian Sasquatch.
Are you any of you English folks ever going to learn how to say my name?
Sasquatch.
Why?
You think they invented the language or something?
Language, none of you can speak it. What's wrong with you?
Bro, it's so true.
Nonsense, right?
No, it's because you don't understand true colloquialism.
You can't even say colloquialism. Get the fuck out of here. You need to put yourself backstage for that.
Do you want me to take that one, Grim?
Whatever. Go for it.
Do you want me to serve that one back over the net? As soon as the Americans learn that there's no such word as irregardless. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I already knew that before I got here.
Do you remember how we had the conversation a couple weeks ago about the difference between an invasion and conquer? Remember that? You remember how you used to have that empire that the sun never set on? Remember how that shit used to go? I can't remember the words, but I'm sure if you hum it, I can fake it. That doesn't seem to be the case, does it? That odd thing where, you know, in a universal language spawned from a particular island in the North Atlantic that just, you know, ate way too many freaking, you know, cheese curds or whatever. I don't know. None of that's happening anymore, dude. Y'all can sit around and talk about how y'all spawned the language and, you know, you don't speak real English because you're not really English, but go check outside because there's an awful lot of not really English motherfuckers running. Just go look, dude.
I totally agree with you.
Told me to. Thank you. I'll come again.
So, Grim, are you for positive discrimination when we're talking about immigration into the borders of the United Kingdom?
Say that in English.
I'll be back in a second.
Sorry.
Again?
Do I agree or disagree with immigration? I have no issues whatsoever with any sort of
Matthew King,
immigration,
what's up, brother?
providing it is legal. And if it's illegal,
Okay, but
Then,
it's not legal for people to cross the channel and hop out of a boat. That's not legal.
I personally think they should turn the boat round and they should go back where they came from and come back a different way.
So let's say if you just opened up the borders to legal immigration, no discrimination whatsoever, but 990,000 out of every 100 million people that immigrated to any country were from El Salvador. Or for your country, let's say from Syria. Then would you think that'd be okay? No problem?
I wouldn't have a problem with it. I'd move.
But why would you move?
Well, why not?
Because
I
have you
could
looked
move.
outside?
Because positive discrimination is wrong, Grim. That's why. You can't make a discernment on where to live based upon the color of the people who live there.
No. I could move and go over to America just to annoy us.
Oh, yeah. That'll be great. I'll take you shooting, buddy. You'll completely lose the rest of what little hair you have left.
Does anybody else smell that? That smells like a Dodge.
Yeah, burn up rings, bad transmission. I know the smell.
Nice. That was a good kick in the balls to Mopar guys.
No, listen. My I don't have any issues with people carrying guns, etc. It's neither here nor there to me. I prefer a lot of the things which is you have in the Constitution that we don't have. Mind you, we don't have a Constitution. But no, I'm talking in general terms, not specific individual things, and I'm certainly not trying to make anyone look foolish in any way, Dennison. Why would I want to do that when you're here?
Good point.
I don't get it. What does that have to do with Syrian immigrants?
Absolutely nothing. It's just a statement.
I don't know, but
that's right. It's a Dodge. Good job. Next topic, anyone?
Car.
I gave Grim a gold star on that one. Just saying.
You would.
Yeah, absolutely.
He definitely gets a gold star for the amount of effort that went into avoiding answering the question. I'll give you both that.
He put an awful lot of words together to say I'm not
There was a whole lot of fucking words there to say absolutely fuck all. I'm impressed.
Well, I listen to you so much. That's what it is.
But from the way you use the words, I can tell that you don't like that much immigration taking place.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's revealing. You did actually kind of answer with your non-answer.
You don't like it. You just won't do nothing about it. That's why you're where you're at.
Wait a minute. You're going on about all these words of saying nothing. Why don't you go to the floor of the U.S. Senate for the day?
My senators want more immigration.
God, Jesus, I've never heard more bullshit out of it. They fly windbags for about 10 hours out of the day, and they say absolutely nothing.
Is Grim running for Senate?
We got an infinite amount of free power coming out of that windbag. Love you.
No, I'm just thinking 2 hours into this show almost, and I'm still enjoying it.
You still don't know where you are.
Our wealth, for that is the whole of the law. Love is the law, love and the will.
Well, Sasquatch is not missing. He is merely lost.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I have no. I'm talking about this. I hate positive discrimination. On the grounds that it's putting other people in front, when really it should be every person should be accepted for who they are, and that's my issue.
Let me ask you a question about discrimination. Is discrimination a good thing? Ever?
I don't think it is. I don't think you can ever justify it.
Ever?
That's my belief.
Ever? Yeah. No. The term forever.
Forever?
Yeah. I'm sorry, that's the wrong track.
Thanks, Miss Jackson.
Nice.
But going
Big
back
up, Stangu.
like you were saying about discrimination and war, and
Right.
would cause war. I mean, the only advantage I could see that was something that it was something already years ago. It's like without war, we can't appreciate true peace.
Bollocks.
I'm sorry. Apparently, you weren't invaded by the North.
No.
Just saying. We got like outlines around this motherfucker where there used to be towns. So learn from your past, bro. Learn.
And since when has war ever created peace?
Immediately after you kill all the motherfuckers fighting.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's how that works.
You got satisfaction, you got peace, you got party, you got it all afterwards, haven't you?
Yeah, and a lot of the times throughout history, you just steal a bunch of their shit afterwards, and that really creates for prosperity and peace for quite some time.
And
It
they
takes a
will
while
make
before you
some
have to
fucking
steal a
names.
bunch of shit again.
It goes
Yeah.
in cycles.
That's right. He gets it. Denizen has it laid down perfect. You steal everybody's shit till you run out of everybody's shit, then you go steal somebody else's shit. That's history in a nutshell, right there.
That's how we do it. Ever since we were monkeys smashing each other over the head with pieces of other animals that we killed.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not nature, isn't it? It's what we're here for.
Eventually, we'll get out of the scarcity mindset, or, destroy each other.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm kind of leaning towards the destroy each other part because I think it would be more entertaining with better YouTube videos.
No, because we could take it onto the brink each time as we usually do and get like 99% of the content and still keep going and get like more content and more content.
What's truth? Come on up and say hello. Join the party.
Canucks don't play.
Don't heckle from the sidelines. Come and heckle up here.
Yeah, I thought I heard something annoying in chat. I couldn't figure out what it was.
See, this is the problem. Like, I've said this many times. That's what happens when the United States allows Canada to think that it's its own country.
Oh.
I keep seeing that thing on the map, but nobody can really explain to me what it is.
It's North America.
Right. It's America's hat. It's that
our
middle street between us and Alaska.
Like way at the top of the mini fridge where that's like almost frozen solid. You gotta hold a hairdryer to it for 40 minutes to make it fit anything in there.
Well,
That's Canada.
Can I just point? Sorry,
Tiff, I'm kidding.
Point out from a YouTube point of view, at no point is anyone being racist in any way, shape, or form. It is not their fault where they come from.
Hold on. I want to state the one prejudice I do have. NASCAR racers suck. They can't drive. They can't drink. They can't dress. They can't walk. They don't even know what a freaking noose looks like. They suck.
And they can't even turn right.
I wasn't going for the easy ones, brother.
Good
The Canucks are rising in the chat. Beware.
We've got we've got a lot of different people in the chat from all sorts of areas, and some people are having a giggle, some people are taking it serious. There's nothing serious about this show. Can I just point that out?
He called you a carpetbagger. Boy, that's a
we
deep
always
cut there.
start off on a serious
That
note,
stings when
and
you're from the South.
Dude,
and
it's
then
like,
just awful
son,
panicking.
ow.
You know something, Grim? When Americans tried to immigrate to Canada, the first test question they always pumped: who won the War of 1812? Which one?
Yeah, it's funny because I was just going to say Canada is the kind of place, and this sums it up in a nutshell, where when the largest empire in the world invades its largest colony and burns down its capital, Canada shows up at the end, follows in with the food in the back of the line, and says, "Look, we burned down the White House for the next 200 years."
Right. I mean, what are you going to do with Philadelphia?
The Canadians are here.
Come in on their
Is it Wheaties and some
They show up on horses and tooting a horn with maple syrup and are like, "We won the war, everybody, eh?"
No, nobody won it. That's
Oh, look.
Waving a freaking flag around, eating a piece of corn pone, going, "You should really try the poutine."
Who puts
what's
gravy
true?
on cheese, man? But it's nice.
I'm trying to. Can someone please translate what's truth's statement?
That's what I was just trying to do. They seriously think they burned the White House down. It's a historical fact in their country. I'm pretty sure they even teach it in school.
That's kind of like the Greek islands over there teaching ancient Greece myth as,
Yeah, but
as
I
history.
didn't say it. I didn't say that.
You know, Norse, like treating Odin and all them as ancestors. That's what I'm saying.
Truth said, I can't even translate it.
Oh, it's kicking off. No disrespect, but how's that Trudeau working out? Oh, come on.
It's not.
No, but that's just politics, isn't it? Come on.
I don't have trolls on here at all. Honest.
You let us up
Right,
on panel.
true.
I mean, you
Really
let him
don't.
up on panel.
Yeah.
You don't have trolls in the chat.
We just let anybody come up here. We don't care.
The people spewing hate at me from the chat genuinely feel that way. They're
Yeah,
not trolling.
at least they
now,
feel
now you
something.
see, they're being discriminative towards you.
Correct.
No, I'm not sure that is discriminatory. That might
No,
be
it's
me.
probably just facts.
They legalize
Anybody else like to
Discrimination
come
can
and join us?
absolutely be based on facts.
We still got 4
You're
spaces.
right.
Anybody else
He's
wants
right.
to
I'm
come up?
sorry. He's totally right.
Yeah.
I
Anybody wants to
discriminate
come up
against
and join the
journalism all
fun?
the time.
And that's if you can get a word in. That is, of course.
Sorry. Go on.
What's truth? I discriminate against Denison all the time.
Rightfully so.
That's okay. Your choice. You're free to do that. No,
You know-
this all started, gentlemen and lady, Stangu, and Stangu, should say, because I was fed up with listening to all the garbage which is going on with different sides and bringing kids in and all the rest of it, and that's where it came from. And
Again,
that's
though,
the reason why I asked about it. That was the agenda
they do that.
originally.
They do that on these shows like Jerry Springer and Jeremy Kyle and all the rest of it, don't they? That's entertainment, and that's what this is. It's independent entertainment.
But this is an entertainment. This is a Grim Reaper radio show.
No, but YouTube I'm talking about. Okay, it's kind of encased by a corporation, or well, not a corporation, but powers. But it's entertainment. It's free. It's free entertainment. It's independent.
Well, it's free.
That's imitating television at times. And
People call it.
Yeah, but
People call it entertainment, but it's really social media. They're socializing, and when they act that way and they get their dopamine hit from being cruel and hateful, it tells you what kind of person they are. And maybe they don't do it in their everyday lives, but the fact that they come to YouTube in order to get that out of their system says something about their
It says
psyche.
a lot. It says a lot, really, because you could do it on any number of other platforms, but you choose to do it on a platform where you show your face or a visual image.
Yep.
That's a choice.
well, Grim,
It's a special kind of narcissism.
Grim, there's something very noteworthy here that only American would call Jerry Springer entertainment. Just saying.
I don't agree.
But I mean, that's factually incorrect, though.
Throw it up there. I think you can
It's
put
one of
that
the-
in front of any language.
It's one of the most watched shows, period, ever.
Right at there
Around the world.
hour.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. It's I mean, is it still going over in the States, or is it still doing the reruns of the reruns of the reruns of the reruns?
I have no idea. I haven't watched TV in like fucking 30 years.
I haven't seen an actual TV on months at least.
Definitely.
That's like saying the Gong Show isn't rigged. You know what I'm saying?
The what
Yeah.
show isn't what?
The Gong Show? Oh, son, that's a new type of terrible.
Here we go again.
You ever seen a triple gong grenade? Then you know what I'm talking about.
mean, I never knew a bobblehead could run around like that, you know? Just saying.
I've never seen it.
Sassy, why don't you come up and join in with what's going on? I mean, I know. I mean, you're not the only one. There's a lot of people who are throwing things into the chat, which is really funny. I just can't keep up with it because sometimes I just
Totally
I
agree
read
with
something.
that. Sex while camping is too intense.
Here's what used to be uniquely American. Jerry Springer was a mayor before he did the Jerry Springer show. That used to be uniquely American, but now everybody else is copying us.
Unfortunately, yeah, a lot of people. It's like the music too. I mean, some of our culture is following America too much. You know, we have our own culture and we're losing it because, like, people are
No,
just.
you're following the wrong side of American culture. You're following American folk culture, the culture that was printed on top of the learning institutions within our country. There's no actual Americans over here that buy that shit. The people that are out here cutting the grain and making the freaking pants and stuff, they don't give a shit about none of that. That is all elitist school stuff. That's straight out of the university.
Coastal. It's coastal though, right?
It's stuff that sells and and it's pushed. They got the money.
Large,
Large,
large, densely populated coastal cities. They consume that shit.
Do you consider Chicago a coastal city?
Yes.
All right, then yes, it's coastal. Because you probably also consider San Antonio a coastal city based on it being near the border of Mexico, right?
Right.
Okay.
And it's where all the huge populations are, right? Illinois, Texas, Florida, California, and New York. Now you've got Arizona.
I've got more people in my backyard than Arizona has in the whole state. There ain't like 312,000 of them bastards out there. There might be another 100,000 hidden in those hills, and maybe 70,000 Sasquatch nobody knows about. But beyond that,
they also make a majority of our political decisions. Now, the Electoral College was set up to try to combat against that, and it's been a somewhat effective bulwark. Is that the correct term? Against those coastal cities having complete control, but it's very tight, right? Like usually
the election came up where the president was determined. It came down to like the New York delegates or whatever. And that year, the New York, it was like the Tammany. What years were the Tammany?
Oh, yeah.
He just straight bought the fucking election. They didn't even actually vote. They burned all the ballots and just counted the ones he gave them.
That Tammany Hall deal.
That whole thing. All right. During that period, New York ended up with the deciding set of votes that would determine who would be president. And that was when they were like, nope, we need some old white men to take care of that.
To me, Arizona got created in a contest between them and Las Vegas to see how many bodies could be buried in the desert without being found.
Yeah, and some of them weren't dead, and they just stayed. Makes sense.
And we nuked that shit, so that's how the zombie apocalypse is going to start right there.
Huh.
Are they real? Hey, you play the Fallout? Tell me you play Fallout. Does anyone here play Fallout at all?
No. Should I?
No.
I have a theory, and I can't never talk about it because nobody's ever played enough of the Fallout games. Y'all all suck. Go play games.
No, some of us have got a life.
No, you're YouTubers. You don't have a life. Don't lie to me, Grim. I know.
Hey, Sean Eastman. Sean Eastman, have you seen Ron Paul on the Morton Downey Jr. show? It was a great fucking episode.
Yeah. If you've got them light up, enjoy. By the way.
Yeah, blaze away, wobbly boost.
You know, Grim, in a lot of ways, he's got a point. A lot of them don't have a life. They really don't.
What, gamers?
Not you.
Or YouTubers.
I mean, what if their life is gaming?
Both. If your life is YouTubing, that's the sad state of affairs, cuz. But if you're getting your paycheck,
not if it makes them happy.
Okay, all right, okay. Alleviating the one point where you just happen to be born to do this shit, right? You know, like us trolls under the bridge. Alleviating that one point. Everyone else is doing it either for a buck or a lark.
Right. I would just say, like, I'm not that good at gaming. I'm not that good at YouTubing, but I enjoy both. And like fathering children, which I've also dabbled in, was fucking miserable. So
Right. Real life is awesome. The interface sucks, but the graphics
yeah,
are amazing.
yeah, the UI is shit, but the graphics are
total
amazing.
shit. Graphics are awesome.
Can I
Yeah,
grab
Yeah, the customer service is fucking non-existent.
Yeah. Can I just say that what's truth? What's truth? I can go off people. How dare you think about having a PS5 working?
Hey, I got a PS5. Oh, I got a PS4 actually. That's even worse. Can I grab a question from the chat? I don't know where this is aiming, but Trump is back on Twitter. This has vanished. What do you Americans think?
I don't care.
Well, I don't
Who?
use Twitter either. Well, okay, fair enough. There you go. There's your answers.
I think we'd rather know the cost of a dozen eggs, really,
Yeah.
than whether
I'd
Trump-
rather be able to go and get my steaks for the price I was getting them like 2 years ago.
Here's the thing: if he uses it to get back into the White House and is actually successful, then I'm for it, because that will cause a meltdown like we have never seen, and I have lots of popcorn.
Memes will be great.
Yes. Let the flame wars begin.
The salt flow.
Are you not entertained?
You not entertained.
Well, you swap one old fart for another one that's even older in as the president. Sorry, president, not president.
Who? Trump's not older than Biden.
He will be
I'm
by the
pretty
time
sure.
he gets into power.
That's not how time works, Grim.
You
Time
know.
doesn't work that way, dude. He's not going to be older than Biden now. Biden will still be older.
No. Yeah, will always be older, but not as president.
Okay. So he becomes president, the oldest president ever, correct? Is that what we're going with here? Okay.
Yeah,
Because he's older
What
than
I'm
Biden
saying
was when he became president. Yes?
Yeah, when Biden became president, he became the oldest president by a few months. So, but if Trump wins was it 2024, when he enters office, within a few months, he will become the oldest president.
Okay, but do you not picture
Really?
Biden waking up in the morning and trying to find the floor while peeing himself? Whereas I imagine Trump waking up in the morning, smacking the two hookers out of his bed, eating a sausage gravy biscuit plate with all the trimmings, and then marching his naked ass across his multi-million-dollar estate to go talk to his folks that do his business.
Well, all I can say is if I had his pension at his age, and I was his age, I'd be happy.
He looks happy.
He's gonna get one hell of a pension payoff.
Actually, the pension from being president isn't huge. It's like what, $212,000 a year or some shit. Usually it's donated.
That's enough to live off.
Sure. Usually they don't accept it. They donate it. It's given to some charity or another somewhere.
Yes, that's not the case over here. They tend to keep hold of it, the ex-prime ministers.
I can't help that, man. I mean, I think it's more traditional than anything. The first year Trump had seemingly forgot about it, and none of his White House staff said anything about it. And there was this big to-do made about the fact that, $200,000 was dropped into Trump's account that every other president's always donated. He went, really? And sent $1 million out? My bad. I didn't notice that $200,000 I get for running the country. Oops. Which was a huge dig at the establishment going, look, if you want somebody to take this shit seriously, you should pay them seriously or fix the rest of it.
Yeah.
You do realize the enormous cost once Trump gets in office, sending out through the United States Post Office.
I don't give a fuck if this motherfucker burns like the surface of the goddamn sun.
330 million letters to each citizen saying you're fired.
Right? It's going to be great. I'm telling you, I don't care if it burns like the surface of the sun. If we go thermo freaking nuclear over here in downtown Las Vegas for some stupid reason, and we end up getting these weirdos out of office and stopping some of the school business that's been going on the past 10 years. Listen, I have a particular interest in this because when I was in school, they decided to add a camera to every class in the school, and they gave all the parents like the little docket list of how to get in to watch the stuff, and they did. And a few years later, they removed it. Now, all these cameras are still up there in the school. You can go look at it from a local terminal, but you no longer have access to it for the parents. Okay, the reason was pedos might be looking. Fucking pedos are teaching your goddamn children. Somebody needs to be watching them. It's them I want to watch. Them.
It's not the kids.
It's not the kids. That would be an interesting bonus, but give me the ability to watch the teachers that are actually indoctrinating our children into some of the weirdest shit I've ever come across.
That's true.
Yeah, how long is it going to be before kids are auditing their classrooms?
Jaded, have you fallen asleep? Because we've not heard from you for the last 2 hours.
Tanya.
I'm still on the phone. Give me a break.
She's on the food. Give it a break.
You're always on the telephone or hanging on it.
Well, you know how teenage girls are.
Yeah. Oh,
teenage.
She'll be back in a wee while. Don't you get your kills in a bunch.
it was the 21st the other day.
Have you actually got her on the phone lines again with all them dirty men ringing her?
Hang on, I just need to mute up for a sec. I need to answer her.
Bye.
No, Grim, we're not talking on the phone.
Well, when
say dirty old man.
You said Trump's back on Twitter. Everybody ran to their phone to talk to him. All the Americans did anyway.
Grim, can I just say, can you do me a favor? I don't know if you can do it right now. If you could give me the link, the password to StreamYard, I can highlight some of these comments for you.
Yeah.
If not, we'll do it next time.
Yeah, that'll be next time.
Hey, and right after that, I want you to give me the PIN number to your bank card and your mother's maiden name.
Make them administrator on YouTube and, give them co-host on StreamYard. Well, I know.
I'm missing a lot of these. Some good comments in the chat, by the way. I've highlighted some of them, but I've been not been keeping up to date, have I, Grim? But I do apologize, and let's carry on.
We were talking really badly about you, and you just interrupted us. Can we have another couple of minutes? Because I had a few particular tasty details I wanted to drop.
I'll just mute up so I can't hear you again. There you go.
That doesn't make any sense.
I like that new
theory. Stangu said it.
People are free to be ignorant, and so they are. However, are not free from consequence. I mean, that's the thing here. I mean, all for freedom of speech, but then, if you're going to speak out about stuff, then you face the consequence afterwards. If somebody else does not agree with your point of view, is that back to discrimination again?
Agreed. But you're going to have to peg me down somewhere I've made an error and I'm wrong, or you're going to make no headway on all this.
Oh, that sounds
got flair. Style. It's not going to go well. And Dennison's right over there. And if we're disagreeing, then we're on both sides of your argument. There's no way you're winning.
Dennison's dropped down. I don't know why.
He hates me, master.
Okay, then go and go.
Maybe he got away with you with his kill.
Right. I wasn't expecting this show to carry on as long as it has done, and there's a reason for it. Anybody know the result between in the soccer match or football match, I should say, between England and
best result?
1-0 extra time. It was 1-0 in extra time.
Oh my God! Y'all watched a 2-hour match to see one goal scored?
I have no idea. Seriously, don't. Do you want me to find out for you? Who was playing?
Yeah. I'd be curious. Do you know what? It's like a bad penny always returns. Hello, Dennis.
I have no interest in football.
Sorry, your bullshit was too much for my internet connection. It got overloaded.
Yeah, that happens quite a lot when I'm around.
It was 0-0. Yeah. There we go. I think that was it. 0-0. That's 0-0. It's
No.
full time.
They watched a 2-hour soccer match for no goals to be scored.
Oh man, you guys suck. You couldn't even beat us at football. What's up with you? Come on.
So the final score was 0-0, was it?
Yeah, it looks like it. 0-0.
Right.
No, I don't watch football. Yeah, see it 0-0, cheeky sprite. Yeah, cheers.
Hang on. You don't like watching football, so why were you in Bears watching the match?
I just dropped in to say hi. There was a load of people in there watching the football. I hadn't got a clue. Asked a lot of awkward questions because I had no idea about football. And left. It's because you were coming on, man. It was like, but yeah, it was all right. They were talking. I learned a bit about football, but what use is that to me now? I don't care for football.
Careful. The next thing you know, you're going to be defending rugby. You know, like a bunch of guys run around hugging each other in leather helmets, tugging on each other's jock straps. That's not a sport, dude. That's not a sport.
Well,
that is a totally different platform too.
Sports is anything that's energetic, isn't it? I mean, to be fair, you guys are probably like this. The only sport I ever played that I played with my kids was baseball, basically. It's the Canadian. I'm sorry, but it was the Canadian influence. I come back with my baseball bats and my balls, and we go and.
If you left Canada and you took your balls, you're doing better than most of them.
Oh, yeah, right. I took their balls.
Oh, hang on a second. You're trying to say that you like the You're trying to say that you enjoyed the girls' game of rounders.
I used to play ice hockey when I was a kid. So I was in a team, and I think I like the ice hockey. I like the baseball. I'm not really keen on American culture, but I was influenced in that kind of way. I'm not in sport. I like skateboarding. Not necessarily BMXing, but mountain biking and that kind of thing. So I might as well have been.
We can get you involved in American culture. It's really easy.
Hang
I
on
like
a second.
X Games, not Olympic Games. Yeah, snowboarding.
All right, okay. From now on, everyone calls Stan Goo Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk.
Now there's one for a gamer.
See, I tried to get into cricket because I thought it's the closest thing to even netball at school. I was punished if I didn't bring my kit. I had to play netball with the girls, and I thought this is cool. One, I'm with the girls, and two, it's like basketball.
I'm killing it. I am killing it.
Exactly. I didn't have to play bloody football or cricket. I thought cricket, I'll give it a go because it's like, nah. I like the swing of the bat with baseball. Seriously,
it's people like you that made this whole transgender thing happen. Those guys saw you guys having fun and decided they wanted to have more fun than you. And now we got people like Fiona Rawls beating the living shit out of professional freaking MMA fighters.
I think it's because like men started seeing how women were getting special parts of society carved out just for them. And they were like, hey, I want in on that shit.
Here, y'all can have all of this.
They're being positively discriminated in favor of. I want some of that.
Do you know, actually thinking about it, the other punishment when I was in junior school was we had to play field hockey. And I think that inspired me. I wanted to play ice hockey. That and the Canadian influence. It was like, yeah, I want to get into the hockey. I loved ice hockey. I loved ice skating, figure skating, all kinds of skating, man. I don't know if that's big in America or not, but I know it is in Canada.
I kind of figured you liked figure
skating.
The United States of cannabis. Come on. Why that green leaf?
Hey, I had a buddy of mine in high school who was wanting to put together a compilation video of figure skaters injuring each other and name it When Figure Skaters Attack.
What? When figure skaters attack?
Here's a general question of trivia, and on a serious note. What's the national sport of Canada?
I know it.
Curling.
It's lacrosse, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's curling.
Come on. It's not curling. It's lacrosse, man. Curling's not a sport. Well, it is a sport.
Look at the Canadians, man. There's no way it's anything physical like that. It's absolutely curling.
Lacrosse
like
is
lawn ball.
Oh, no, sorry. That's timber throwing.
I was surprised because I always thought it was hockey, and I was corrected once. And it's like, have you ever watched lacrosse? You need to watch lacrosse. It's a dangerous sport. The speed that ball goes, and oh man.
It's
Yeah,
true.
people lose eyes in lacrosse. Regularly.
I've never played lacrosse. Has anybody else played lacrosse?
It is a very unfortunately sized ball.
Ooh.
A little bigger would be a problem. A little smaller, it'd be deadly. It's right where you live through it.
Curling. I've never done it, but I'd love to play curling. I really would. I'm probably one of the only British people, here that would. But I'd love to have a go at curling. Because I
Can
love
you
Which thought it was line dancing.
sweeping, as Wobbly Boots says, compared to sweeping. I'd love to have a go. Anything on ice.
You do know why there's no men's sizes in pantyhose, don't you?
Why is that?
But there are.
The designers couldn't figure out how to fit in a pocket pool game.
Oh, no.
Just saying. I think that was.
I changed my answer. Bad jokes are Canada's official sport.
Mhm.
Go on.
Curling is racist, apparently.
Curling
I don't know
is
where
racist.
that came from.
No. See, I understand completely. It is a thing that exists, therefore it's racist.
Yeah, you took my joke.
Is
I was
it-
going to say, hold on, let me check my list here. I have an official list of everything that's racist, and it says here everything.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's played on white court.
Oh,
You got
I see.
Do you?
well, you got to admit,
You're a
any
blind man?
one guy's trying to get the other guy's rocks off. That doesn't sound. Just say it's
I
sorry.
can explain why hockey's racist too. You got a bunch of white guys chasing a black puck, running around with sticks, trying to put it in the net. Tell me it's not.
So glad you said puck.
Americans still think they invented basketball too. So there you go.
Where did basketball? Was it netball first? Basketball? Did it come from Africa or what?
No, basketball was Canadian.
Denizen, you want this one?
Basketball was Canadian.
Basketball was created in Canada,
So netball followed Canada then. In that case,
more or less, I guess.
oh wow, I didn't know that.
It was a university gym teacher that created basketball, the concept.
You know, I got a question about that too. It's always bothered me. The original basketball included 2 ladders, so that there was a ladder at each end of the court, so you could get up there and get the ball out of the basket. Why? Oh dear, why did it take them that long to cut the bottom out?
Okay, so
They couldn't,
again,
they couldn't find the hand saws. That's all.
there was a dude who was born in Canada and then moved to Springfield, Massachusetts in the United States, and he invented basketball in the U.S. So much like how they take credit for burning down the White House, real
That's
history is a little bit more nuanced than how they see it.
Is that like rounders and baseball then? I guess.
But then again, plagiarism was created in the U.S., right?
Oh,
That was probably in Sumeria, where they invented language and like writing in the first place. Pretty sure they copied some shit immediately. Positive. That was the purpose. That was why. That's what they were doing.
okay. So kind of God invented sexuality. Only He can set the standard.
Oh, you obviously
So,
have your Fauci.
so apparently God creates and loves trannies.
Well, God was a tranny, right? Surely some kind of transgender, or not even transgender, but kind of, both. All I mean,
Not according to the Christians.
There you go.
yeah, but that's the Christians. That's you know what I mean. That's them. Let's not go there because I will disrespect Christians. I'm sorry, but
Which God are we talking
Okay.
about?
We could
Exactly.
disrespect you too.
they're all just symbols,
Yeah.
man. They're all just symbols of something, and so I believe in creation and destruction, and that's it.
Yeah, God's a symbol of man.
I mean,
Like
okay,
with an actual beard and a penis.
some people have broken down God as to mean Genesis, order, and death, and that is life. How about that? I like that.
Yeah, I mean, you can make it as foo-foo and woo-woo as you want to. I would prefer that we come up with an actual definition.
Yeah,
Agree upon what we're talking
I
about.
bud. I
Okay,
got
but
you,
look,
bud. I got you. Hold on.
Oh,
The
go on.
sun is the god, and I believe it should be worshipped, and virgins should be sacrificed to me in its stead.
I agree. I'm with this. Can I be your like co-captain and
Yeah,
like
we'll
the
give you
chicks
the
that
virgins.
aren't your favorite? I'll take those.
See,
Next
Don,
time-
see, the virgins aren't virgins when they leave. I'm not going to kill them.
You-
No
next time
intention of
I'll-
harming anyway.
I just want some of the virgins that are like left over.
Next
Oh,
before
time
yeah,
I'm
you
sure there'll be plenty.
so-called virgin, I'll keep you in mind, dude.
I'd settle for being a moderator on that channel. Cool.
Well, how about if God is just are we talking about this right now? God is just an energy, and this it's a consciousness. It's just one energy, one consciousness. It's just about everything that kind of got
I'll be
diluted
right
in time, you know, and we're all part of that. We're all gods, you know. We're all part of that one consciousness, that one creation, that one destruction, that one energy, which we call the universe, that created all those little blobs we call planet. Oh, sorry, what?
So yeah, then the word God becomes completely meaningless.
Well, it is to me anyway. I'm
what
sorry.
If God
but it
smoked
is.
cannabis? What if God smoked cannabis?
He doesn't have to. He's high all the time, high and mighty.
All round and wide. And that that energy that was given to all of us, or it wasn't given, it just happens, you know. It's just happened. Okay, yeah, where did it all come from? I refuse to believe there was one almighty creator that created all this. It was like an accident, maybe like a it was just like a massive chemistry lab, and we are a byproduct of that, and we are a disease. I think we are. We're not even a disease. We're more like a parasite. One day this earth will just flame on or shake us all off, man, because like we're the last of.
So you're saying the Big Bang Theory is just hokum?
No, I'm not actually, because like the Big Bang could have happened. I cannot kind of say. I mean, it could have been a wormhole, it could have been a black hole, it could have been something, it could have been transdimensional, but we are the product of something that has been shot out and created this whole universe. We were all gifted, some people say, like, you know, this consciousness and the choice and all the rest of it, and we wrote about it and we put labels and you know, we made little statues and this, that and the other. No, I don't believe in God at all. I really don't. I think we are God.
You know, the way I look at it seriously, if goodness in man and woman's mankind heart dies, goes away, it's not there, God dies. Simple.
No, well, don't you think that it just dissipates and kind of like, you know, recreates, like as a bit like reincarnation, but it goes, the energy goes back out there and becomes something else, somebody new, something living again, or what we perceive as living.
The theory that energy cannot die.
Exactly that. Whether it holds consciousness or memory is a different thing. I think memory, well, I don't think it, but I do consider the Akashic records and memories may be held in the Akashic records. You know, anything that has happened or not will happen, but has happened, are there in the layers of time and space. And maybe one day we could access them and watch them on TV. Instead of watching TV shows, we'll watch history from back to the beginning.
Have you ever looked at the history of mankind, which is taxes? Collect taxes, take money from people. And you get a guy that has family, and you take him right to the end. He's got no more money. He can't do anything. You threaten the lives of his family. He can't do anything, but you threaten him with eternal damnation after he dies. He will pay up somehow.
Yeah. That's why religion was created, wasn't it? To control people. It's like the gift of heaven or the threat of hell. It put bad people in their place if they actually believed what they were being told.
That's my point.
Yeah, man. I'll get that.
You know?
I mean, I do. I like the symbolisms. I love symbolisms. I love the history, the symbols, you know, of gods and goddesses, not just one, you know. I like the symbolism, and it was like the original superheroes. They were making these statues that was more than what we are or what that person that created it was. It was what they hoped to be. It's hopes and dreams. That's a different thing. We could go on to dreams, but we could be here all night talking about that. I got work in the morning, but I forgot where I've lost my thread. Sorry.
Hey, bud, you really need to read The Stress of Her Regard.
Who by who?
Oh God, I'll figure it out. I'll be right back.
Do you know? I do. Well, I do, and I used to read a hell of a lot. When I say hell, I mean that loosely because it's, you know, I don't believe in hell either. But I find, like, you know, reading, okay, you can share, you've got to have an open mind when you're reading books, because like the written word can be a lie, as we know. I'd try not
We
to
have
be.
a whole section of the library for that book. It's called fiction.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'd rather trust in my own mind, my feelings, my own. Okay, yes.
I can. There's some things I can safely just go ahead and you don't have to worry about your feelings or your mind. Stephen King is fiction.
Yeah.
Bill Gates is also fiction.
Mhm.
I can see how that can be confusing.
I don't read any of that. I don't follow public media, and
No
mainstream media
problem. Then.
for many years. I'll tell you, I'll be honest, I'm into the occult. I like the unseen. I like the stuff that makes you think. You know,
Okay, so let me get this straight. You like the things you specifically cannot derive scientific evidence from, specifically?
No, I'm also interested. I'm also a student of science too. I've been to uni, and I've studied science.
The Stress of Her Regard was written by
but which one do you
Tim
like?
Powers.
What do you mean? Which one do I like? Who are you talking to? Sorry.
You.
What, out of science and occult?
Yeah.
Both.
Really? You find yourself dabbling in both just as equally?
Yes.
I doubt that.
Are you a chemist?
You familiar with the Divine Sorcerer YouTube channel? That man, it dabbles in both.
Mhm.
I don't see you out here trying to perform necromancy on YouTube.
Do you want me to try?
Just saying.
Is there white necromancy or is it all black?
Hell, I don't know. He's doing stuff. He's showing you on YouTube. Y'all can go watch. I check it out every now and then because I'm baffled.
That's one of those questions. There's no color, is there? There's no dark. Okay, yeah. When you think dark and light, you think, I think negative and positive, or even, you know, even negative. You have to accept negative energies. I mean, it's the way of life, isn't it? It's the polarity of like energy. You've got to accept both. There's no. I don't believe in dark and light.
I got to give you some respect, dude. I got to give you some respect, honestly. Your ability to suspend disbelief wide enough to catch all angles of both religion, science, and the occult is amazing. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be an asshole. I'm just saying, like,
natural born or learned skill.
But the thing is, I mean, okay, listen, right? It's like life and death. It's like the waking times and the dream times. It's like what do you know about when you're asleep, when you're not conscious, when you're in that dream state?
About the same amount as you do.
And what you know about life and what you know about death. Exactly. You know the same as me. There's going to be no answers. And that's why I love to escape into that stuff. That's
right. No answers. You especially enjoy things that you cannot derive satisfaction through these
that can never be known. That's what you're getting off on. You get to say and feel and think whatever the fuck you want.
We understand. I'm Sasquatch.
People, you know what I mean? People get off on all kinds of things. That's what I get off on. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I would say you lean a little bit towards the occult over science.
Why would you say that?
Because you just said it.
You just spent a long time doing it, though.
And I know you a little bit, right? Like, we're not best friends or nothing, but...
Dude, I'm an escapist, and that is my escape. And it's also...
Yes.
It's also... if an answer or something came along, I've had lots of weird experiences, and it's like, whoa, unexplainable. And it's like, that's what intrigues me. It's about intrigue.
For sure. Science boxes you the fuck in. It leaves you no room to get out.
There's a lot of theory in science. A lot, you know.
There
what I
you
mean?
go. Here's a question for you from Cheeky.
Welsh, American, and Indonesian. What color am I?
Probably peachy kind of colored.
Armenian is that?
Yeah.
Slightly pink. Red on the inside.
Yeah.
It depends on your...
Red, white, or blue makes no difference.
How about if one of your parents was all of
No,
those?
blue is bad. Blue is bad. Do not go with blue. Blue means they're dead and you need to hide the body.
Or they're about to
red,
be.
white, or blue.
I mean, you could be. I don't know. And it doesn't matter because color is less important than anything. When we were some people were saying earlier about like what we're talking about, bloody wars and what you call it, and it was like color. All I'm going to say about that is like racism is ignorance. There's only one thing less ignorant than racism, and that is color prejudice.
Yeah, but isn't the answer more or less simple? It depends how long he was on the girl for. There you
What
go.
about color blindness? Is that racist?
The color
It's pretty much only white guys, right?
It doesn't matter about the color of our skins, nationalities, or whatever we were talking about earlier. I mean, that's different. Wars are created.
Actually, no, that has to be hammered down, or else it's an empty conversation that was had. You're either talking ethnicities, nationalities, or like psychological groupings. You can't just say, I don't like people, so I'm racist. I hate you all individually, equally.
Equally? Each individual?
But
That's
there are a few
impressive.
that I know more than others, and they have earned it.
I hate the world that I think
You
hates
start
me.
off at a default level of equal hate.
All equal up until I find out better.
Sasquatch just wants to confirm that there are two genders.
Actually, I've met Fiona Rawls, son. You're going to have to come at me a different way.
I would say there was until recently, and now you can identify as whatever the hell you like.
Y'all can identify as much as y'all would like. I don't care. I'm not going to participate in your delusion.
There isn't a side to that, and it's a true in existence, and you could argue it after puberty, but hermaphrodites, what are they?
What do you mean? What are they?
It's
Is this a fucking riddle, dude? Am I going to get a prize?
They're hermaphrodites.
it's like when you think about split cell amoebas and stuff. It's like something that breeds with it.
That's asexual.
It just kind of like multiplies, doesn't it? But then again, isn't a hermaphrodite like it has both sexual organs?
Yeah, but in truth, after puberty, one sex will dominate. That's
Yeah.
what happens. Problem is when the parents decide when they're 5 years old they're going to be one or the other. That's not right, in my opinion.
After puberty, I mean, is it true? I mean,
what else would be right?
Puberty, by definition, is that process by which the body chooses which sex will be dominant in a given person, the characteristics that will represent that individual. You don't get to choose that. Your hormones and genetics do, unfortunately. Yeah. And yet again, I don't have to participate in any further delusion.
Yeah, and I mean, just because we have the ability to fuck with that doesn't mean that we should, but it also doesn't mean that we shouldn't. So,
These motherfuckers are the type of people that make dinosaurs. I'm not playing that game.
Clever girl.
Did Greg just give out some get out of jail free cards or that I didn't know about? How come he gets to duck this question?
How come who gets what?
You get to duck the question. Did Grandma get out of jail card free?
Yeah, I did. He wrote the book.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm only catching half of what you say.
That's why I'm here. No, you said
he's saying that you dodged the question.
What was the question?
You didn't want to discuss it any further.
So
discuss what? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Hey,
and that, folks, is where we started on.
Yeah.
We have returned to the beginning and anew. Now,
what's the question?
Folks, let's do it one more time.
We're going down the bottom, Ruth.
Hit the DVR button. We'll back it up so he gets it.
Or you could just say it again.
I can't remember it.
That's good. That's good.
I'm
sure it happened, though. I'm sure it happened.
Amnesia has its benefits,
Sorry,
the what has its benefits?
Amnesia.
Yes.
For you. I keep forgetting what you're talking about.
You don't have to
Sorry.
remember how wrong you are.
Can I just randomly change the subject? Why are some
Please
Yeah,
do.
why not?
yellow potatoes? What's up with them?
They're extra delicious.
They are fucking awesome, dude. They're
Especially when
amazing. It doesn't seem natural.
They're not just turning green and they're full of nastiness.
No,
They're
they're turning
No.
green and
It's
they're not
golden
ripe enough.
spuds that are awesome.
Yellow potatoes.
Yeah, no, they're fantastic, man. I made some mashed potatoes out of some yellow potatoes I got. I don't even remember what was written on the bag, but they're freaking amazing. Like amaze balls good.
So are
What,
they?
you threw them in a bag?
So are they
Like,
in between like ripeness? Are they kind of like from green to yellow to white? Is that what
No,
you're saying?
these things are like golden. They're freaking yellow, dude. They look like butter
That's what they
potatoes with
make
no
golden,
butter in them.
delicious crisps from. Or, you know.
Man, my
don't-
chat is not working.
That's
what a
because
shame.
it hates you.
Guys, we've been going now for...
No, Graham, you're not
hours.
allowed to walk out like that. That's not how this
I am.
happens.
Oh, yes, I
Uh-uh.
am. It's my show.
I'm just gonna start calling him Dodge.
I'm gonna lose before I get kicked.
No, I have to. It's coming up to 11 o'clock here, folks, and I've been up since 3 o'clock yesterday morning, or this morning, I should say. So I'm a
That's
bit
crazy.
tired now. So I'm going to call it quits there. Sasquatch, why don't you start up alive? And that way people can go over to you and you can continue this wonderful
I
conversation.
don't trust these people. Have you lost your mind?
I don't blame you.
Hell no.
Why do you think I asked you enough, Denison?
I'm not taking responsibility for this madness.
Well, folks, Sasquatch is going to set up a live. He's going to put the link.
Okay, fine, I'll do it.
I may listen in. I've got to be up in the morning. I've got to grab a shower, get up for work in the morning, but I might listen in if you do, dude.
Has anybody
Yeah, well,
got
I'm going to listen in because I actually find it funny, but it'll give me something to fall asleep to. I've always said that.
Oh my
your
God,
shows
fuck
are
you,
cure
dude.
I've always said your shows are a good cure for insomnia.
Oh, that hurt my ego, man. How
That
do
was,
you know?
yeah, well, all the shit you've been giving me tonight, that was worth it.
Well, screw that. You're gonna have to count sheep or some shit.
Has anybody got a link to Sasquatch? Because I got absolutely nothing better.
Oh,
He's got to put it up in a minute. He'll put it in the chat.
Jeez. Why y'all beat me so much? Y'all hate me, don't you?
No, actually,
Damn it,
I'm
woman,
one of
you're
the
not
few
supposed to
people who
agree
like
with
it.
them. My wife walked by and said, "Yep."
Yeah, I'm one of the few people who actually like you.
Lies, all lies. You just pretend like the rest of them. You know those few people that pretend they like me.
I'm probably one of the few British people who always tells the truth. Honestly.
Why am I looking at this?
You got to believe him because he said so. Can I just say something?
No.
Tanya.
Are you awake?
Psycho Ball.
There she is.
Listen, I do apologise that the singing wasn't as good as normal because
I can
she
fix
took
that.
up-
You were talking too much. I couldn't get any singing in anywhere.
Yeah, nor me. I didn't sing a single verse like because of this lot. Never mind.
Every time you unmuted your mic, I was hoping you would chime in with something political and controversial to say.
Instead, you just snored, rolled over, and remuted your mic.
Right, so Sasquatch has put his link in. Please head
I'm working on
over.
it. I'm trying to set it up
Give
now.
him- Give him hell. I mean, respect him, of course. And be
Lies.
nice to him.
All lies.
He's a nice bloke, they say. I don't know who, but they do say.
Copy what link?
The link.
That's
he's
just
put in the
it's
chat,
just
I
my page link. I haven't got
That's
the
what-
thing set
You're
up yet.
going like,
Yeah,
That's what Exiled is asking for?
I don't know. Exile, nice to see you, mate.
Yeah.
I must admit, I've not learnt much tonight, but there again, I didn't expect to with such a wonderful group of people, including Stangu on here. Thank you for returning, Stangu. It's been fun. It reminded me of the bad old days. I mean, the good old days. Next week, we might even do something. If you think about it, if you want to do it, we'll do some
sacrifice,
some more. Yeah, and
swing my balls.
Some games.
We might do.
Can you do me a favor, though? Will you make the games? It's not quite the same as you do them when you're on your own with Tanya.
Oh, come on.
Listen, folks.
Get the cameras off. It's within the guidelines, right?
If you've enjoyed tonight's show, right, then it's all thanks to 3 people. Dennison, Flatwatch, and Satchwatch. If you've hated the show, it's all down to Stangu. But I appreciate you all coming in and also having a bit of a giggle. There's been quite a bit of seriousness, but also quite a lot of comedy as well, which is, I think, the good mix. Dennison, you're always welcome. And I'm not lying there, by the way. You are always welcome.
Thanks, Greg.
It's been great. It's been great you being up here. You're welcome to come up anytime. Squatch. How long does it take you to?
Give me another 10 minutes, man. Jesus Christ. I just got it made. I'm trying to get the freaking link now. Be calm, brother. Calm.
Your link's in.
My link's down there, but in 2 seconds, I'll have the actual freaking show link that I can put in the chat. Just give me a second.
And I thought you could work quicker than that.
I have a limited amount of bandwidth here, man, and my internet's slow.
Be patient, Grim. Tangier will reassemble in time.
He's also got a brain that goes as fast as his internet.
Anyway, can I do the first
time I had a limited bandwidth in my head.
Grim, send me the link to the StreamYard, blah, blah, blah. I'm off now. Everybody, be kind to yourself.
I'll drop you an email. It's no worries.
Yeah,
mate.
nice one. And
Monday night, folks.
Hold on. Let me use your private chat to drop the StreamYard link, and then you can go wherever the fuck you want to go, dude. We can get off live, but do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll drop it in for everybody. Don't worry. I'm not going to go till you're ready. Right.
I was so nervous.
Do you want this dropping in the public chat, do you?
No, he wants the StreamYard link going in the private chat to start off with, I think. I don't bloody know. What do you want? Is you want the public chat or the private chat?
Sasquatch the Enigma.
He was trying to say private from what I heard.
Be kind, rewind. Woo!
Yeah, Monday night, folks. GrimReaperRadioShow.com will have another helping of private chit chat.
Yeah, the basements. Yeah, you need to put that out more, man. But it'll be on the community page anyway. Come join us in the basements. What we're gonna do? Listen to some music, chill out, just chat, watch some crafting videos or something.
Yeah, usual thing. We've got somebody trying to come up now.
No, who is it?
Oh, it's somebody who reckons it's the same person we've got here.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to put it in private chat, bud.
Let's end the show with a porn bomb.
It's called copy paste. Just say it.
Wait, what's it called again?
We're closing down.
Oh, there he is. We got it. So you don't want it in the public chat. It's there for anybody that wants to. What's that over 40 was? It's another Sasquatch. Go on.
Right, those of you. Do you want me to put that in the public or the private?
You mean it wasn't?
What you talking about, Willis?
I wasn't supposed to put it in the public. Oops.
What you talking about, Willis?
Right, guys. Hop over to Caucasians. All right, then.
Caucasian?
Caucasian. Caucasian. Caucasian.
No.
Did you have more of that
Snowy.
CBD before this show?
Yep.
Snowy Sasquatch. Right, head over to his.
So that's a yes.
right, and I'm going to shut this down. All right, cheers, guys. Thank you
Laters.
so much. Bye
Hey, go
now.
fuck yourselves.
Yeah. Don't die in the
Yeah, well,
sleeping.
you do that anyway.